Are we ready? We can play to our heart's consent until I get tired. So, Dungeons and Dragons in Great Ashling. We are on the outskirts of Redvant. We had a fun time last time. Travelling down from Allhearth, getting kind of agreeing to with all the individual factions that whatever the Talons are doing with their carts of gold should be investigated, and with no Kingsguard around, with Thorn being brutally murdered, and the brother of the king's position unknown, that you as a group and the factions that were pulled together should likely stick together for now to find out what is going on. There are plans abound, but we do not understand them. Being closest to the action, those that have seen the most, had the most contact in the north, at least, with the Talons, and this particular branch, and seeing the carts or some of the goods that were being moved, and some of the victims of Boot Springs, you all were put forward again to continue your investigation, but not to put yourself at too much risk, just to follow the breadcrumbs, try and follow the trail of these caravans of treasure, to find out why they are carting treasure from the north to the south, how far they really take it, and are they truly taking it all the way down to Giant Country, down in Alba, in the southeast of the continent. Agreeing to that, getting set up with some provisions, giving a little bit of gold, with all the parties putting together, Brotherhood providing some gold, the Mercantile providing some weapons, but charging them back to the Brotherhood. You were booked on a ship, on a little tugboat, a little canal vessel to go from Allhearth with some goods that were bound for Redvant. You were paid for with a lovely ship captain called Duke, where you had one of the cargo spots, and he had some further cargo that was to make it into Redvant itself. Upon arriving at the riverside, what is now like a border control point, seeing that the ship in front was pinged for some magical presence, although that could well have been your ship with all of your magical presence on board, you jumped off, tried to intercede, find out what was going on, saw that potentially innocent, you have no idea who these guys were, who these sailors in front of you were. But one of them was attacked, one of them was slain by a Talon. You jumped into action, killing the Talon guards, who were hunters that you've kind of seen before. There were some priestly Talons there as well, bald-headed, white-robed figures, as well as some slightly higher command ones who we have deemed knights. A little more armoured, a little stronger than just the hunters, as they all sprang into action on you attacking, and a battle ensued, with the Talons being slayed after peril went down. Ginmar got himself in a nice precarious position where he nearly got taken out. You are tending the wounds, search the area, and head off before taking a short rest, halfway towards Redvant. So where you are is about... It would have been like a day's walk, so on horses, a little bit shorter. So you mounted up, rode half the distance, and took a short rest halfway towards Redvant. You had seen one other set of travellers going in the opposite direction, heading towards Riverside. And as you had stopped for your short rest, Kos, you had heard just the single snapping of a branch, but that was definitely caused by a creature larger than like a fox or a rabbit or something that was in the bushes around that you had heard the sound of, but only hearing a single branch snap, no further movement from whatever that creature was afterwards. You finished a long rest. Short rest. As you have the second half of the journey to ride into Redvant ahead of you. So we will cut back to you all having taken your short rests, I suppose, deciding what the plan of action is to get into Redvant, who you might be looking for, what you might be looking for, or what the plan is from here. You know, Duke was heading round to head back into Redvant, and he said he would have to pass through another kind of border control past the encampment of the Talons in the south before he could make it round to the docks, where you had originally agreed to meet him, but now you have no real need to meet him because you have your horses and stuff in tow. But he is going to be en route and will be somewhere into Redvant probably in the next 4 or 5 hours. It will take him a bit longer to get around and get in. So Duke won't be round into the port yet. You know that you've left a bit of a scene at the Riverside Crossing, and you've seen one set of people pass the opposite direction to you.
Did we do anything sensible, like putting the bodies in the water or anything?
No, you didn't turn them
No,
to
we
ice.
didn't
them anywhere.
No, you scarpered. Yes, scarpered. So you are halfway towards Redvant. You will be coming in. Do I have the Redvant map up? Oh, I probably do have one somewhere. I do. I
I
find
think
it.
most of us are familiar with Redvant.
Yeah, you're coming in from the.
Again. I love it.
You're coming in from the west side of Redvant. So you will be travelling in from from the river into the west side. You've been told the south is where the Talons are occupying, and you know there is a pathway in from the north as well. But yeah, as you come in, you're coming in on horsebound, so you have some time now to prepare, or some time whilst you were travelling in. We can take both times the same for you to decide what you would like to do. What's your approach?
Ride in like we own the place.
We planning to stop in Redvant, or are we gonna go straight through?
What time is it?
You left. You got there. It's the middle of the night. Well, it's actually no. It'll be coming to just before dawn. So you paid Duke to get into the border crossing in the dead of night. That's what the extra gold was paid for. So with leaving and having like a three-ish hour journey, so you're probably looking at 3-4 in the morning. So you're just before dawn starting to come in, just before the sun's starting to come up. Those just a help for history bits. So who would have been through? So
I assume I'd have travelled through here at some point.
I don't think you would have gone south. No, I don't think you would have gone south. Peril and Willow definitely would have been in the areas. Willow's would have been a long time away. So you guys can roll history checks on what you know about the border crossing and the border forest path. Because Peril, you would have been based in the forest, and Willow, a long time ago, you would have travelled.
Oh, Peril's is much better than mine. I got a 10.
Okay.
22.
Cool. So yeah, you would have known, Willow, that the pathway through the border forest was created. It was like they have deforested a lane within the forest that runs from Newmonger all the way up towards Redvant. But when you would have travelled through it, it would have been fairly fresh as like a road, as like a toll route. Peril, you have been patrolling that with the Silent Ashes for a long time. It's one of your main hunting grounds, is that route, so you know it very well. You know that it is a like locked off route. So you could try and smuggle yourself, as you have done before, smuggle yourself into the forest and then find your way onto the route to cut through. You don't have to deal with what might be in the forest. But if you want to take take horses on a trail, you're going to have to pass through the some kind of Talon control point again to get into the forest. And then likely when you enter Newmonger. So that pathway they kind of control, but it's a forest pathway, so it's a bit like when they see that they put like fences up that cover a route, but they don't put fences all the way around, so you can just walk around the sides of it. A bit like that, but the sides that they don't control are the forest, but would not be passable with horse, so you'd have to get onto foot if you were going to travel. Redvant is like the edge. Oh, fucking hell. Redvant is like the entry.
That was a big
point.
fart.
It was a big fart, wasn't it? A rude boy outside. Redvant is like the entry point. That's where the Talons will base themselves to operate these border control points. They control entry and exit of this border forest path that they've cut out.
I feel like Hatter would have a car like that.
He wishes. He's got one like that because it's got a hole in the exhaust.
They are where the Stinky Alps were last time round.
Yeah. But their control is larger than the Stinky Alps. So they have control of the riverside. So where where there's like 3 points, where there's like the river that kinks round before it goes into the forest, and there's a road that's there now. In that road is like where south of Redvant is now like a big controlled Talon area, where there's the Alps kind of just had a small little camp there. This is the riverside. They've got caught off, and they've got a camp on the south now, and they'll have people at the entry of the border route. So making your way south, you'll have to pass through some Talons, but passing through the Talons doesn't always have to be a problem. Just only if you get found out as being magic users. So that's your knowledge of what you, for pair of what you've seen, how it operates on a day-to-day basis. Maybe the people of Redvant might be able to give you some more information on, but at the moment, that's what you know, that you're going to have to pass through more Talon control points if you want to make it to the south. But people do pass through. There is trade that passes from Numunga to Redvant, so it's how do you get board of that, and can you find out whether the cargo is already passed through Redvant, is on that trail yet, or is yet to pass through? That would be the route they'll have to take.
I would think that the chances of us being known to border patrols and forest patrols and whatever is quite low. I don't think the people that were up in wherever we were, Butte Springs or whatever, will have gone round telling everybody about 6 prisoners that they found. So I reckon we could probably get through into the forest fairly easily, as long as we pay any toll that they try and have, and we don't get found out as magic users.
There is the problem with their ability to be able to detect the magic. If we get caught from that, then we're fucked.
Do we have any contacts here we can ask for news?
I don't know anyone here, I don't think.
No, but they did say to find some tieflings that might have some information.
The pinging thing, that would go off regardless, so as long as we could play off that it's not us that are the magic users. Similar to what happened on the boats, it was probably us that was pinging it off and they attacked somebody else, so if we're able to lie, which I'm not the best at, we might get away with it. Because it doesn't say how close, it just says within a mile radius or whatever, right? It doesn't be like a metal detector where it starts beeping quicker when you get closer to the magic user.
Give me an Arcana check.
God. Oh, not so bad. 17.
17. Yeah, you know that they have that ability to know that spellcasters are within a mile, but the rate at which they've been able to find them, you know that they would be able to employ other magical techniques to then hone that down further. Other spells that are available. There are other spells to, once you know magic is in an area, to then find that magic.
To be honest, within a mile in a town like Redvant, there's probably magic users. Mm-hmm. So if they're doing that search, it's probably pinging every time. Which means, in my mind, they would stop doing that for the most part because it's pointless.
They have limited amounts they can do it as well, right? They can't do it constant.
I'm not speaking in character because I haven't done my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, everyone only has,
thing,
no one has
spell slots.
Everyone has limited magic use, yeah. Magic isn't something you can just spam or not.
So unless they're given reason to do additional checks as we try and pass, you know, like a wizard's hat on someone would be a good reason to.
Or a glittery horse, which I don't have, really, unfortunately.
I will, at this point, make sure both my floating orb and Rufus are in the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm.
See you later, Rufus. Don't worry, it won't be for long.
And my hat over to Zilna as well, to put in his bag of holding.
This is where we find out his hat is actually his magical thing.
So if we have to,
But we have to go into Redvant first. So are we just going to go in and go straight through?
Yeah, we're looking to buy stuff. We've been travelling.
Should we
Maybe
try
we
and
go with that.
Go in with a bit of people, blend into the crowd. And are we going to try and find these tieflings or not?
Are the tieflings inside Redvant? So we need to get in Redvant first.
Yeah, and they're not going to be patrolling everywhere inside. They'll just be on the borders. So once we're in, we're fine.
Quite excited.
Oh. I was going to say, with the pings, they get a direction, didn't they? So going in, they might be more likely to use it than going out, because they'll be getting pinging away from Redvant.
We have to go in though.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You can get to be careful with that.
Yeah, we can get you close and then decide what you want to do from there. So at the moment, if you're slow trotting your way in with the horses, when you get close enough to see the entryway, you can do checks and stuff.
As we're on the way in, I just want to keep an ear out behind us for anything that could be following because of the twig thing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell us about the twig, did you?
No.
Cool. Give me a perception check. Active perception check.
If it's listening, then it's with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
First roll, nat 20. 24. No point rolling again. Why do I keep wasting these nat 20s?
Nice. You. What does that nat 20 give you? Go up to?
24 plus 4.
24. Let me just read something quickly. You do pick up that someone is following you. You pick up that someone incredibly stealthy is following you. They are potentially using, and then they wouldn't be. But yeah, someone incredibly stealthy is following you. Not following you that you can see, but that you can hear, whether it's like through off the like beaten path between trees and bushes and lining. But someone is keeping pace with, because you can hear that someone is along that sign. Any sign you'd have to look towards them, you wouldn't pick up. But someone is definitely jogging you.
Pass on that somebody is following.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly. I'll quietly pass it on.
Yeah.
I do have the ability. I assume he's not this close, but
Within 10 foot, no.
Yeah.
Rah! He was right behind you. He's under your horse. No, within 10 foot, I would let you know. Is it blind sight? Is it blind sight within 10 foot, or is it just you cannot be surprised by someone within 10 foot?
It's called motion sensor. Whenever a creature that's small or larger is within 10 or moves within 10 foot of you, you immediately become aware of its presence. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't know where they are exactly, just that someone's there.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 foot, that's fine. That's real close. So
when he tells us, Willow just starts droning on about really boring, generic things. It's just to...
Cos thinks this is Willow being normal.
Conversation. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So because it's early hours of the morning, so it would be dark. You wouldn't be able to see anyone, I think, even if you were looking out into the thing. So on sound alone, you're picking them up. The two things you'll pick up by their one, if they're traveling off the beaten path, so they're not traveling behind you on the track, because you'll be able to see them. That would be easy enough to spot with dark vision. That they are tracking you through the forest, which means they must be moving at speed. And if they're moving at speed and are that quiet, that's how you'd pick up that they're that stealthy. Someone is effectively to keep up with you on horseback, although you're not like fucking trotting full speed, right? You're still going to be faster than a walk. You wouldn't be able to stealth crouch after someone riding a horse. So they must be moving at speed and still maintaining stealth. And they're just letting themselves go every so often where you're picking up this thing. So yeah, you know that it's someone that has a particular skill set that is following you.
I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, that's lean these in. I've put them in the rod. Sweet. So you're coming on riding in as the sun starts to break through, starts to crack through, although you wouldn't, by the time you arrive at Redvant, it'd be 6 a.m.-ish, so the sun, should be just crusting into view as you get close towards the entry of Redvant. You can see there are a few buildings on the outside of Redvant from this entry point, but not much else. You can, or someone of you can, give me checks if you would like to try and pick out certain things, or just general perception checks if you want to get a feel for what is going on and the motion or commotion that is happening in the city.
Can I do some kind of check for a vibe of the sea?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that would be. I'm not looking for anything particular. I just want to get like the feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know if an insight or something would
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, insight would work.
My insight is awful, but you know, that is a nat 1
Good.
plus 1.
I got a 19 on perception.
Nice. Looking as you come in, you see the building. One of the big buildings that is on the outside here is a stable, is where there is space to leave horses or to purchase horses or to move horses from. Very standard on the outsides of major towns to be where the horses are kept. You can also see that some people are getting off the horse and walking it into town, so horses are allowed in town, which is good. Some cities will not allow horses into town because they shit everywhere, and they're usually not that big enough. If the horses aren't being used for pulling carts, then they don't normally let them in. But it looks like Redvant, you can take your horses in, but you just need to dismount them, so you can pick that up. You don't see any guard force on the doors, though. They don't seem to be. For the Talons having that access point there, they don't seem to have put forces on controlling entry into Redvant. You don't see any guard force. You don't see any guards at all. You don't see normal like town guards you'd expect to see on the entryway into like Allhearth would have had some guards at least on the entryway in. This is kind of clear, so it's just an open gate into the city with a stable out on the left and a few tents and stalls out on the right, which would be provisions and bits that you would grab as you're about to leave town. So the coast looks clear.
If we're dismounting and walking in, then I want to more actively see if I can spot whatever was following us.
Okay. So if you all ride up to the edge of town, you will see one of the like a younger male comes out, probably like mid-teens, late teens maybe, comes out and just like tries to offer you guys like, you want to leave your horses here? If you stay in Redvant, we'll look after your horses. Where it's very, very reasonable rate. If you don't want to take them into town, if you've got nowhere to stay, some of the inns they won't take your horses now. Why don't you drop them off here if you want? And he's like running alongside you, trying to garnish some business as you arrive at the gates. And you can see there are passings of people. So a few sat around. You can see there's a few merchants and stuff getting some goods. There'll be a few carts pulled up and there's quite a lot of movement on the stables. It's 6 a.m, so decent time at first light to head out rather than heading out in the dead of night. So you can see there's quite a lot of movement around the place at the moment. Quite a lot of people moving about. So give me your perception check. And then again, you've got this younger guy who's trying to get you to hobby your horse here whilst you...
This is sight, so it'll just be a straight. That will be a 14, which is not great.
14. There are a lot of people moving around. No one... There's a few... As you're looking around trying to scope people, there's a lot of people to take note of. None of them give you any pings of anything, but there's a lot of people moving around.
Can I insight the little horseman just to see? Is he just
boy? A horseman?
Horse boy?
I'm a centaur.
He's a centaur.
Yeah.
Is he just desperate for business, or does he look like he's gonna make my horse into a lasagna or something?
Okay, you can insight this child.
It's only an 11.
Definitely lasagna.
He's 10 years old into lasagna. Yeah. I mean, it's a very reasonable request. You guys have got horses. You're going to walk them into town. He poses an interesting question, which is, when you go into town with the horses, are you walking straight through with them, or are you going to try and leave them up somewhere? Because if you've got a long rest, you're going to have to pay stable fees. So he's just, again, trying to get the horses. They've got a big stable here. Get the horses left in the stable here and just garner some business. He looks like he would harass anyone that comes through. But
I will
4 or
make a
5
point
horses
of asking the group, are we going straight through, or are we resting here?
And I think we should go straight through. We got.
If everybody's leaving, then maybe we should try and blend in and make our way out of town.
Well, we're not even in town yet.
This is on the way
Oh,
in.
no.
Yeah. No. So on the way into Redvant, there's Redvant has a big like palisade wall that runs all around the outside, and you're coming in from this western entrance. But as you're coming in, because it's first light, a lot of the merchants and other people will be heading back towards the river crossing where you came.
I will say to the group, we may want to rest. The hatless one, he looks quite exhausted, and we do not know where we will rest on the road afterwards.
Fine either way, but we have got carts to catch up with.
I don't mind if we need a rest or not. I am good to go either way.
I would think we would be faster on horses than horses dragging carts. We may have to catch up a little bit, but I think we might want to rest while we can.
I agree, of course. That's a good time to do with a rest after what just happened, and we might as well rest now and maybe catch people leaving the city later.
We may also get more
Okay.
information if we're resting. Loose lips in inns, for example. People may be talking about what's going on.
Ah, yes, we must find an inn where we can stay.
You boy, where can we stay in Redvant?
Me?
Quite a disrespectful way to address a boy.
Yeah.
Is that an oath break?
You horse boy. No.
He stabs your horse in the leg. He's like, well, there's many oh shit, what are they called?
Inns?
Inns. There's many inns and taverns in town. If you head in straight for the market square, but like I said, they only have a few stable places, so you might have to pay a little bit more if there's not much going on. But yeah, if you head straight down the main court, turn a left, when you get to the main T-junction, you find the market square.
Do we want to leave our horses or we want to take them with us? I'm quite happy to give this little fellow our business. Smile.
You would also you can see from this direction that nobody is heading south from here. So if you want to get your horses and go south, you'd have to come back in and get them to go south of the city.
Yeah, so again, how far is it, the journey from here to the other exit to the city?
Well, you haven't been to Redvant, so you're not sure.
Those who have been here before? Do you have any idea?
Who would have actually gone through?
I wouldn't have, I don't think.
I don't think any of you would have actually been through Redvant. Peril would have been in the forest and know about the pathway from Redvant down, but Silent Ashes, it would be very risky for the Silent Ashes to be bobbing through Redvant too much. But it's a big old sea. You can see from where you are here that everyone that's coming out is taking a road that goes eastbound. You know that you haven't seen a single road that heads right, which would be south. You've been walking from the Riverside Trading Post. There hasn't been a single southbound road that you've seen thus far. So you'd have to be cutting it across the open land until you hit the south, or they clearly take the river, or the southbound route is actually you go through Redvant and head south. It's the official trade path route. Everyone here would be coming out and either going straight to the riverside and carrying on going west, or they're going to turn northbound there and take the road rather than take the river like you guys would have.
Boy, what is the price for the horses?
Horses? If we take all the horses, everything, it goes, it's a couple of copper a day. That's board. We feed them. We keep after them. But we do charge you for the day that you bring them in and the day that you leave.
And what happens if anything should happen to my horse while in your care?
Nothing happens to the horses in our care. But if an act of God were to happen and your horse were to be taken out, or there were some problems, then we can sort you out with a new horse for a small price, probably. But nothing. We've never lost a single horse.
And you will not today, or it will be the last horse you look after.
If Sorry.
Roll an
if
intimidation
you've-
check.
If you've never lost a horse before, then how do you have a plan to replace them?
Well, you never know what's going to happen. You've always got to have a plan, haven't you, mister?
Intimidation was an 18.
18.
Thankfully.
After you said that, his eyes widened a little bit. There's a visible gulp.
If we are to stay, we may as well leave the horse here. We can come back tomorrow and ride through.
Okie dokie.
If we go in and there's nowhere to leave the horse, then we will have to come back. It is a pain in the, how you say, backside.
Okie dokie. What's your name, boy?
My name is Horseman. No, it's not really. They call me Gregor. He starts like
Okay,
taking
Gregor.
whoever was the first horse. He'll like take the whole of the rein and start walking one of your horses in to lead the rest of you in. As he gives out like a little sharp whistle, as a few other younger kids come out, and then looking out from the doorway is a slightly older human gentleman who looks over, kind of gives a nod and sees you coming in on your. Did we say 5 horses? 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4 horses. No, it was 5 horses. 5 horses.
5, yeah, because, yeah.
I'll ask Gregor's, these your brothers and sisters?
In a way, we all work together. We get whatever work we can, but no, not all by blood, brothers and sisters. And you see some of them running around are
How do they look?
half elves. They're all
Do they look-
some of the younger ones, maybe like 10, 11. Oldest goes up to about 15 or 16. They're all like youths.
I mean, did they look like they're malnourished or anything like that, or in a poor state, or?
At
general.
first glance, they just look like they look fine. None of them look like they are showing any visible signs of like a malnourishment, or they're running to come and get the horses. They're taking them in. They might look a little bit grubby, but let's be honest, they're like stable boys and they're young, young men. So they.
And the stable does it look like a chain kind of stable? You know how I'm looking at things,
Yeah, no,
like local sort of family business kind of thing.
yeah, I know most of these would be. So the stables, it's not unusual to have stables outside, and a lot of them sometimes are attached to inns. This one looks to be a dedicated stable, so it just has quite a big pasture on the north side. There's quite a lot of space for it, and then it has the whole building itself is pretty much just stables. There must be like an office bit on the second floor of some state, like a mezzanine thing, but this is just a stable. It's got kids running in it, so it looks like it. Yeah, they're clearly just giving work to locals. A local stable for local people.
Cheap labour.
Cheap no.
Did the boy say it was 2 coppers per horse?
I'll give him a gold piece and say, take good care of them.
To the boy.
Yes.
As you flip the gold coin, he catches it. He goes, "How many days, mister?"
Should only be till tomorrow.
He looks back and goes, "That's too much."
No, take it.
You
Treat yourself.
This is the more money than
He's about to get robbed by all the other boys.
Yeah, he just grips it tight and goes, "Thank you very much." Puts it into like a little dungarees pouch and leads some of the horses. And he hands off one of the horses, runs inside, and speaks to the human.
Can I ask him as well what he knows about the talons after I give him the gold piece?
The boy.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think he would run off and get to get his booking sorted.
Yeah.
Because they 100% this is a commission-based business. So he's going to get a bit more than he normally would on that. But yeah, when he comes back to pick up the horses, you definitely can. Yeah. So yeah, he'll run in, book him with the guy, and then you see this older gentleman comes out towards you as your horses are being led in, and then they pull you up to like a station where there's like a few steps, so you can step off the horse nicely, come down. There's a boot cleaner to the side, right near the front entranceway, and once you're done, they kind of they take the horse away, and then as you're kind of one by one getting brought off, this older human comes down. He's probably in his late 50s, early 60s, but it still looks, just by like receding hairline and colour of hair, you could tell that. But he looks fairly fit as a human, as an individual of that age. As he comes kind of towards you, as you get off the horse, Gimbar, and he's like setting you, helps you off the horse, and is taking the horse. You can ask him some questions then. Do you want to ask him what he knows of the Talons?
Yeah, what he knows about the goings on from the Talons, and also about the tieflings. The time you've heard there's some tieflings that do business here, where I might find those.
No, the Talons are taken up in the south. They're patrolling the goods in and out of the south, and we keep them to their own business as long as we're not talking about any going to any churches, talking about any gods, or casting any magic. He goes, as long as you're not magic users, then you've got nothing to worry about.
No. With temple travellers, traders, and the like. Myself, he's a bit of a monk.
Mm-hmm.
Just wandering the land, taking it all in.
But you should have no problem with the Talons then. They do wander around the city. So often their priests are out in the market square quite regularly, preaching the word of their Ram or whatever it is. But yeah, as long as we stay out their way, they stay out of our way, we seem to be all right.
And these tieflings, I heard, do dealings in the town. Somebody said that, told me about them. And you know where I may find them?
He goes, oh no, the tieflings. Well, we haven't seen anyone from the tieflings in a while. To be fair, but since the Talons came in, there was words that they were working together, but they've gone a little quiet on us. To be fair, Redvant kind of runs itself.
As long as they're not affecting you and your business, that's the main thing.
No, you will. And he pats his chest. He goes, "No, you've made our business quite welcome, and I thank you for that."
Well, I like to support local sort of family-run businesses rather than the bigger ones.
He smiles as you see that the human kind of comes up behind. He's like, "Go on, Greg, get a horse in the stables. He doesn't want to hear you chatting all day. Come on." And he goes, "Oh, sorry, mister. Have a good day. Thank you very much."
Oh, thank you. And I walk off. I thank the human for his business.
Yeah. He says, "So you've got the details from Greg. How long? He didn't say how long you had the horses here for."
Well, I think we should only be here the night.
Okay.
Should it extend any much longer, I'll come back and pay what needs to be paid. But I shouldn't expect to be here one night, two at most.
Okay. So we won't. We'll keep the horses fresh. Then you got a long ride out after. What do you want them? Do you want them fully rested and fed this evening? Do you want them light and ready to go?
Yes, I'll just treat them how you treat any horse. Well, from what I've been told.
Well, yeah, it's just if you've got a long ride ahead, we don't want to feed them up too much because they'll be slow on the old trot, wouldn't they? They'll be shitting everywhere. So, what if you've only got a short ride out tomorrow? It's only going to be one day. Then we'll keep the food light, and it should be all good.
Yeah, keep it light. But do you have any horse food? We could travel with. I could purchase from you.
Oh yeah, we can do some rations on the way out.
Yeah. Well, we'll sort that when we come back to pick it up.
Okay.
If we keep them light, we'll take some food with us. Sounds good.
Yep. Easy enough by us. One night, lovely stuff. So, what are you here for business? Here for pleasure? Or you got somewhere in mind?
Well, I'm just travelling around. Really got a bit of business. Some of my friends got some business in town, and I've been wondering. I've from the Diamond Mountains, never been this far south before.
Oh.
Thought I'd come and see what's going on.
See the sights of Redvant. Well, it's it has its ups and downs, but if you're in for a bit of fun, then make sure you head up to Hot Valley. They
Hot Valley.
Yeah,
Goes
yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah. North. Well, a lot of fun for travellers. Give me
I see.
give me an insight check.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20. 11.
11. Yeah, you're like fun for travellers. It's like clearly that means something potentially. Not necessarily. He's not saying it in like a necessarily seedy way, but it's
Yeah.
clearly where lots of
It
travellers
feels
will go
quite
for one
seedy.
night. Yeah. He doesn't look
I
like a
don't
seedy
like this.
man, but he is saying if this is what you're here for.
It's like a certain kind of spa.
A certain kind of spa.
Is this Amsterdam now?
Good, Robbie.
God, it's really gone to the dogs, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like this before.
It's a proper salt of the earth place before.
So, yeah, relay everything back to the group. And
Yeah, you're all
also-
there, so you get your horse off, and there'll be
Yeah.
different stable hand that comes through, helps you off your horse, gives you a boot clean, and then take the horses round. But they'll keep the horses
He
fresh,
Can
said
not like boxed up for a couple of days.
the Talons and the Tieflings had some business working together. Maybe trying to find them's not the best idea.
That would make sense. They seem to be working with everyone, or trying to at least. If the tieflings were anything like the orcs, perhaps they were looking more for business than honour. Before we leave this chat, can I say to him, just that you've got a good little salesperson in Gregor?
Yeah.
Just so that maybe he gets a little pay rise or something when we leave.
He doesn't need a pay rise. He's just been
Just
given a
got
gold
given gold
fucking
coin.
coin.
Yeah, but he's giving it in.
Gold coin will settle him for life.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe not for life, but for a decent
He
amount.
won't get to keep the whole amount though. He'll
He'll-
get commission based on that 1 gold, right?
If
He'll
it
have
was
to
me,
pay.
I
Regardless,
would pull out 10 coppers from my pocket,
Yeah.
pay for the horses, and keep the gold piece.
I would hope that he's done that, but we don't know. But I just still like
Yeah.
to give him a bit of a big up to his boss. if I
Yeah,
may.
his biggest problem is going to be changing up a gold coin without anyone realising he's got a gold coin.
I love how you
Yeah,
say
it's
this after you've been calling him boy.
I know.
Yeah, well, you know, look assertive in front of him, but then be a little angel in the background for my oath.
So yeah, you'll get your horses off. Yeah, the rest of the stable hands come through and help out. Gregor comes back and gets a couple, and then Arthur notes that the horses will be kept for one night. Points you in the direction of Hot Valley if you're here for some fun for just one night, as a bunch of just people travelling on the road. He doesn't ask any more questions. But obviously he is a Redvant local and sees lots of stuff. If you did want to ask him more questions before going in. But otherwise you are horseless and ready to rock.
It would
Let's
ask
find a
him.
tavern.
I'd say would ask him where he thinks the best place to stay is.
Certain Grove, I think.
Ah, yeah, Von Van of the Doom's Grove. He would he have an affiliation with anywhere? He would point you in the direction of the Laughing Halfling as an inn. That's got some space, especially if you don't have any stable space, so that's quite good if you've already got rid of the horses. The Druid's Grove and the Thistle and Shamrock, all three still going strong.
The Laughing Halfling,
Laughing
isn't that where Corin and Zaga
You got
got
banned
banned
from
from?
us, so yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good thing Corin and Zag aren't here.
Yeah. So Laughing Halfling is smaller, but doesn't have any stable space. Druid's Grove and Thistle and Shamrock both would do, but you don't need to worry about that. But all three are inns. All three are in the marketplace in the north. And the best place, as like he's saying, as visitors coming in, you want to stick to the marketplace. You've got blacksmiths there to get sorted. You've got some traders there, general stores to get you provisions, or you can get some stuff before you leave. Inns are real close if you want to stay night, and it's a short walk north to Hot Valley if you wanted to find some entertainment for the evening.
I feel like we should lay low.
Is there
That's my
any
opinion,
place
Gregor.
to is any place to stay that's maybe not in the marketplace, you know, something a bit smaller, a bit more, you know. I don't like the super busy places, if that's what you're saying it is.
He's like, what do you mean? You want to keep a low profile, or?
No, not so much a low profile, just... No, I don't like the busy, big areas where everybody's at. There isn't like a hidden gem anywhere.
No, not anywhere that's going to take you long. Fortunately, for inns, that's mainly it. Hot Valley, and then you stay within those. You might be able to find somewhere. I mean, a bed for the night in Hot Valley, but you might not be on your own. In the south, I mean, there is an inn in the south, but it caters to, well, really, it only caters to the Dragonborn folk and kobolds.
Yes, that's not really my scene.
Yeah, exactly, and they're a little bit staunch on that. They used to be a little bit more open, to be honest, but yeah, recent times there's been all sorts of rumours about what they're up to, and yeah, they keep themselves to themselves. Yeah, it's called the Silent Dagger, so I would give that a wide berth. You might get thrown out of there, to be honest. So yeah, but that's in the south. It's a well away from everything anyway. So yeah, if you stick with one in the market square, that's going to be your best place for not getting robbed or ripped off, to be honest.
Thank you for your time and your information.
No worries.
I just turn back to the group and say, I'm just a bit concerned that you said the priests are operating in the marketplace. Good chat.
I thought you were talking to those guys. Because you're saying to
talking
him,
to those guys.
I was going to say, you wouldn't be talking to him and saying you're worried about the priest operating. He's like, why are you worried about the priests?
Yeah, I didn't have anything to add, so just imagine me nodding.
Merrin nods.
I mean, we're not going to be out in the open the whole time, are we? We can avoid the priests.
Yes, well, just best be on our guard, I guess.
I mean, if that's where the places to stay are, that's where the places to stay are. We can't really go around knocking on people's houses, asking if we could stay, can we?
Well, I didn't mean that. I just wondered if there might be a smaller tavern somewhere we could have stayed and in. But apparently not.
Well, he did say go to Hot Valley.
Oh, no.
The dragon place sounds interesting. Is anybody up for a fight?
I did suggest we should lay low, but we do probably deserve some relaxation after everything you've been through.
Fighting isn't relaxation for the majority of the group.
Or you mean Hot Valley, Merrin?
I meant Hot Valley.
Oh, right.
I knew the fancy boy was dirty.
I wink at him.
Oh, Willow vomits.
You can't cast Prestidigitation because there's talons around.
Vomit on you.
Now we definitely need to go wash ourselves.
What were you going to say, Peril?
Would it matter if we're all in the same inn if there's going to be priests about? Because if they're going to ping and they've got people in there, is it wise for all of us to be in one position, one place?
I think they're just preaching. I don't think they're going around town pinging. They're just trying to get everyone to follow their god.
Oh, okay.
Would where we've seen and heard talons, and Willow's obviously had maybe a little bit more experience of the god Ram, would we know of any sayings or like, you know, like with the Brotherhood they say one light, all gods one light, whatever. Do the talons have something like that for like praise Ram? Or if we don't know, can I be listening out for that as we walk
Yeah,
through
you can start.
town?
I don't think you would have been around enough sermons of talent. So in the north, they haven't. Bar being in Redvant now, this is the first time you will have seen an occupied city.
They're more like doing business in the north rather than occupying it.
In the north,
down
this is the
here.
first time they've been. Yeah, so what you've seen is that they're like first entry points into the north. Redvant has been but no one like getting into proper Redvant if no one cares about Redvant. But Redvant's probably had occupation for a while. True occupation of Talons you won't see really until you get to the south. But in the north, it's been pretty scarce.
Cool. I'll listen out for that then.
So yeah, you can listen out to see if there's got anything that they do with inside. But yeah, you'd assume that it's not like they're greeting everyone. And again, Zilna's like correct. They're still on on the surface. The Talons are here to give protection by ridding the towns of their clerics and preachers, to replace them with Ram, to say we protect you and you support our god, therefore it all works really well if you do that. If not, then oops, maybe you have to go elsewhere.
Shall we
I'd
head
like
in
to
then?
look out for I'd like to look out for like watcher symbols as well.
Cool. Give me a perception check. There should be one for the city.
Yeah, 18.
18, nice.
And I will continue to try and keep an ear out for our tail if they're still with us.
Yep.
Is a 16.
16, nice. Cool. So you head into Redvant. The city, as you move through... I do have a map for this. Let me quickly... Oh, no, I'll do it at the break. As you head into the city, it is quite a bustling city. 6 a.m. comes round. It's the light is... there is enough light up now that you can see what's going on in the streets. Therefore, people are moving in the streets. Where you enter, you are part of... you can see there are two housing districts to your left and your right, and this main part-paved thoroughfare that runs through to the centre of town. As you make your way through, you get to this big central point where you can go right, which will be southbound towards the forest, and left, which takes you up towards the market square, which is only, from that left-hand point, is only like 500, 600 metres away, and where the main area would be. So yeah, as you come in and see, and you can see that these main pathways, the stone-based ones, there's like these three big main roads, or one big main road, but that has a T-section into it. So you can go out to the east, and the big pavements, must lead you to exits. So there's an exit in the north, exit in the south, and exit in the west. And you come into the big T-junction in the middle and start making your way north to the market square. You're in the market square because, again, it all opens up, and you can see that there are lanes of shops on one side, lanes of what they called like blacksmiths and leather workers and masons, and they're all on one similar side together, and all of it is like a laned based system. This is small little alleyways that have different shops that cut off from this marketplace, big square marketplace, and then you have lanes that have shops here. And north, you start to see the gathering of some people. You start to see the swinging signs, which are synonymous with inns. As you get to the north side of the square, where you can see you have your choice of inns. Gimba,
So
as
any of the shops look like they're still open?
6 a.m. They're starting to open now. Forges would have been going for a while. They're all getting cracked up. But the shops from first light, a lot of the stores would start to be opening now as well. So you can see people are starting to go about their morning business, whether that be buying stuff, moving stuff, delivering stuff.
We're walking past, like looking for the inns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can I keep an eye out for a jewellery shop?
Yes.
I assume there's no magic
for
shop
reasons.
here anymore.
You'd assume not. You assume it'd be pretty silly to have a magic shop in the middle of a Talon-controlled town.
Do I need to do a perception check or anything?
If you want to go wander in and find one, you'll be able to find one.
Well, just more like as we're wandering. I'm not going to purposely search one out. It's just more
Yeah.
if we pass one.
You see,
remember where it is.
yeah, you see one of the lanes which is called like Diamond Alley. You assume that's a pretty good shot at having some kind of jewelers down there, and it looks like each of these lanes has their like specialist, almost like their specialist shops in them. So you have your blacksmiths and your your weaponers, your armourers, the leather workers on one lane. You've then got what would be your like finer items, your jewelry shops, your like watchmakers and stuff in another lane, and then another one would be greengrocers and butchers. So each of the lanes has their kind of like supermarket aisle. And you see one called Diamond Alley, which is like, okay, I'll probably worth shooting down there later if I'm looking for a jewelry shop.
I will put that to memory for reasons that will not be shared.
Nice. But yeah, as you get in, you can see people are going about their business. As you get into the square, as you are moving around, you hear a slight kerfuffle. Gimbar, you pick up as you're looking at the inns, trying to ascertain their value as maybe a beer producer more than an inn and anything else. Can you see anywhere that's producing some decent liquor? And on that front, you notice a few things. You know that you are looking out for... There's like a sign that they hang out alongside the signs normally, which indicate that a fresh brew's been made. So a lot of home brewing happens in normal inns, roadside inns, taverns, where they'll have a sign up that says they've got a new brew on, and a lot of that will be like bathtub brewing. Essentially, not really bathtub brew, but imagine it as bathtub brewing, where everyone brews their own beers. They have it on for a period. They use it to attract people and sell it, and they have signs up saying, "By the way, we've got a brew on. It's ready to go." So you're kind of looking out for them because that's where you get your little specialist tastes. You do notice on the Thistle and Shamrock, however, that on the base of the sign that is swinging, there is a watcher's symbol. There is a small eye carved into the shield that makes up the Thistle and Shamrock sign just at the base there. Carved into the wood where it would be barely visible. It's not painted a different colour. But yeah, as you are looking out for it and you're looking at these inns to ascertain that, you notice on the sign underneath the Thistle and Shamrock the carved out eye of the watchers.
Yeah.
As you pick that up, Marion, you're looking up some stuff. The rest of you guys are kind of picking up and getting a feel for this market square where this is building up. There is a clearing starting to happen in the centre, almost like followed up behind you. You hear a bit of a kerfuffle of movement as you see moving through the crowd and moving into the middle is a Talon priest flanked by 2 hunters. As they make their way through the town, they make their way through to the centre. As everyone kind of pauses for a second, and then this priest starts laying out into a sermon, starts talking about talking about supporting Ram, how there is only one way. In brief, essentially, there is only one God. The God is Ram. You shouldn't be, if you are praying to or supporting any other God, then you are diminishing Ram's power and therefore diminishing the protection they can give you. You need to rescind your gods and come and see the way of the light and support Ram. That they are here to protect, and this is Ram's doing, that he wants to protect and save the city. There's a lot of talk of like saving people, helping them, but nothing really underneath it other than that. And this preacher is just essentially crying out to everyone and no one at once. They're just speaking out into this. So after they get started, people start to mill and move around a little bit as they go into their flow. You see, it seems like for everybody, this is a fairly normal occurrence. What would the rest of you like to do as you're looking around?
I just want to keep walking and say to the others, so which inn are we thinking of staying at?
Imbar, are you as interested in the style of inn? Any preference?
Willow looks at Gimbar and sees he seems a little distracted, so may not answer straight away.
Oh, that's helpful. It's the last time I get information.
I don't mind which inn we stay in.
I guess we just ask around and see who's got space.
Yeah.
Let us try this druid's place.
Okay.
I'm fine with whatever.
You still want to go to the other place, don't you, you little nasty boy?
I just thought relaxation would do as well, but we can stay here. It's
You
fine.
could meditate.
That's not really my thing.
I bet you could get a nice massage. Good ending, yes?
I'm just gonna look at him like he's deranged.
Always the fear. The magic casters.
Everyone except Gimba.
Oh, it's everyone except Kimber. One works out. Can you all give me Arcana checks, please?
I only have 5.
14.
25.
Oh wow, Jesus!
18.
Wasted a good roll there.
I was busy listening to the sermon to try and pick up things, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you can hear it because you can hear it very clearly. You would pick up anyone that got like above a 10 that clearly this priest is using thaumaturgy. They are magically enhancing the sound of their voice to make sure that it cascades out. This person is booming their voice out. So they are using magic. Not openly. It's not like they're sitting there like casting a spell with a wand, but you can clearly see that whilst they preach and say that they want to remove magic users and preachers of other gods, that they are using their magic themselves. You can see with a 25 that the hunters that are there are looking. They do not look like they are concentrating on a spell. Do not look like they are casting a spell. They look very lackadaisical. Very. They clearly this is a mundane task that they are just following through on. So these hunters are looking across the crowd, but you don't get the feel that they are heightened on the edge, ready to cast stuff. These are not alert guards. These are guards going about their mundane business. They look like the guards you've seen before. You don't think it's not like they have less abilities. They just don't look like they're very on it today. But yeah, the priest is 100% casting thaumaturgy to boost the sound of his own voice. Cool. So you want to try to going into the Druid's Grove?
Yeah, let's see if they got rooms.
As you make your way towards Druid's Grove. It is very early in the morning, so there is not a lot of people inside. Who is leading the way?
I guess I will.
Certainly not Marin.
As
Yeah,
you,
all right, don't mind, it's up to you.
Well, you can negotiate for us, can't you?
Oh, great.
oh yeah, it's gonna go swimmingly. As you go to make your way into the Druid's Grove. Sat outside the Druid's Grove, there is someone on one of the benches outside. Doesn't seem to have a drink. It just sat there. Has a long black coat on and a black like round brim, not quite cowboy hat, but flat brimmed hat. That as you guys approach, just says, "Oh, a little early for a drink, isn't it?" Just in your guys' general direction.
This is an inn, right? Not a pub.
Oh, you're looking for somewhere to stay, not
Oh, sorry. Yes, looking for board as opposed to alcohol just now.
Oh, well, that's good. Because I thought you were here for a drink. New in town, are we?
Do you work here?
I don't work here per se, but just like to keep tabs on who's moving around.
I thought you were just nosy. Okay.
Well, you know, got to keep your eyes open.
As Gimba comes rushing out the bush he was in, going to the toilet, he says it's never too early to drink.
Well, they've got some good brewing here.
Is that so? What would you recommend?
Well, I hear they've got good brew. I don't drink too much myself.
Oh.
You two are sat outside of the pub.
Yeah, can I incite him? Because I'm not sure that I believe that. That's a nat 20
Nat
for a
20.
23.
You insight to see if he's secretly an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Well,
He's
yeah.
not secretly alcoholic. He is just outside the pub. He doesn't have a drink and he doesn't work here.
What brilliant nat 20.
Well, you just
Could have
you
used
asked
that
for
for me persuasion.
Could have, but you asked the insight man about whether he's an alcoholic or not.
Yeah.
You are very interested in our comings and goings, friend. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
I'd love to. Why don't you get a drink and come down and sit with me?
Let us see if they have the board first.
I will whisper to the group I'm going to go to Thistle and Shamrock, because there might be some watches there.
Okay, you go.
Meet us back here. We'll get a room for you. Do you want your own? Are we sharing? I don't want to share.
No, I think I might stay there.
We should probably stay together.
Yeah, not a good idea to split up.
I mean, it is just over there. It will be fine.
Yes. And as Peril said, maybe splitting up's not the worst idea in the world.
Oh, and you have the alert thing, right?
Yes. If you're staying here, Willow, I will nominate you again.
No, try and do it when I'm not asleep.
Oh, I'll try. I'll only use it if there is trouble.
Okay. I'm kind of curious about this man still, guys.
Yeah, he's just sat watching you guys have a conversation.
I'm just going to go into the group.
All going in? Or apart from Gimba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
Willa doesn't
inside.
want to hang out with the man outside.
She sort of does, but she won't. She'll sort of run after you all after you've started going in.
He said he's going to wait outside for you. As you all go into the Drew's Grove, it is a quite nicely decorated inside inn. Has a dark wood interior, dark green, like forest green interior, matching the Druid's Grove aesthetic. As you go in, though, it is empty. There is no one in here drinking at 6 a.m. There is no food. There's no like breakfast service seems to be on here as well. So you're not sure what sort of inn this really provides. Like what other services are here. But what you're walking into looks like a bar more than anything else. As there is a bar maid behind the bar who is like moving stuff around. Here's a door open, turns around, kind of greets you in. She's just like, good morning. Are we looking for some food, some beverage, place to stay? What's the deal?
Rooms for the night.
Rooms?
Please.
And she'd be like, we can definitely sort your rooms for the night. No horses, no nothing. I see you've come from out of town.
Yes, we left our horses at the stables at the front of Redvant.
Nice. So 5 rooms.
They come with breakfast, yes?
We don't do a breakfast service here, but we can point you in the direction of some really lovely bakers to get you set off with some provisions in the morning before you leave. A bit more of a nighttime entertainment vibe here in Druid's Grove.
Does that mean that it's quite noisy in the evenings if we're resting?
I mean, it can be. It can be. Yes, we tend to. People come here for that entertainment and then stay the night. We have a great reputation. But I'm seeing we don't normally get people coming in this early in the morning. I don't want to missell you.
I look at the others. Maybe this is not the right place.
But it does sound lovely for an evening, so perhaps if we're looking for entertainment, we could come back later.
That would be great. We have we always have live music on, and we do try and keep everyone entertained in these dark times. So please come back this evening. If like I said, if you are looking for a night in the evening, we do charge more if you try and book same night, but we still might have some space.
What sort of music do you have this evening, for example?
Wicked. She's going to explain some music as we'll cut back to Bern, so I don't have to have that conversation.
Lovely.
Gimba, you head over to, and it is like literally a couple of 100 meters away, to the Thistle and Shamrock. As you see the sign, make your way inside. This is a much larger square. The door in the centre and the building itself is probably not twice the size, but not far off the size of the Druid's Grove. The front of it is just like a big square building and looks fairly stunning construction. Looks like it is a much newer building than that of the Druid's Grove. And as you walk through, you can see there are a few big tables set up, a few booths cut out in the back, and a big central bar that is made up where there is a barman behind. And then you can see there's a few people sat at different tables in the morning, and they are enjoying some food this morning. A few of them do have a few beers, to be honest, as you wander into the bar. As you take a few steps in, you hear a few footsteps behind you that you didn't hear on the way over, as someone has kind of come in almost right behind you as you've entered.
I spin round to look.
It's the man from the bar, from the other, that was stood outside the other place.
Ah, thought you like the Druid's Grove.
He give me a. It's a little bit lighter in here. Give me a investigation check as you try and work, or insight. Probably investigation.
Which one? Because one's better than the other.
Give me investigation.
That's my worst one.
Good.
But I rolled a 19.
Nice. When you were, the conversation you had, you obviously weren't fully in. This guy was just approached the rest of your group as he sat outside, but had this big, fairly wide brim hat on. Nothing to peril scale, but a fairly wide brim hat. So it covered and shaded his face somewhat, but you can see he was quite a skinny man. Now this person is right behind you, right? So he stepped in behind you. He stands there. As you turn around and look up at him, there is nothing hiding his facial features. He is a very, very gaunt, like elf, or maybe an elf, more than human. Has a bit more of the like high jawbone, but his cheeks are like so receded into his face. It looks like he hasn't eaten or drunk anything in a very long time. With a 19, I'd say you would say this guy looks severely malnourished. Like, what the fuck? You've never seen someone that's walking and talking that looks as decrepit as this person's face is looking.
Are you okay, friend? You don't look too great.
He goes, absolutely fine. So it's been a bit of a long night for me, and the night hides many eyes.
Oh, I just... But I was never close.
I thought as much. Come with me, I'll get you a drink. As he looks at the guy behind the bar, gives a nod. He says, I'm assuming an ale's okay for you.
Ale's fine.
And he
depending if it's a good one.
So you'll be the judge of that. As he walks you round to a booth at the side and sits down. I've been following you. You left a bit
Following
of
us all?
Yes. Left a bit of a mess.
So this is you. Yes. Yes, that was unfortunate, but had to be done.
Yeah. They are causing problems, shall we say, but I wouldn't recommend leaving a mess like that again this close to Talons. What are you here for? Why are you in Redvant?
We had a bit of a run-in with them up in Butte Springs, and they were trying to follow... They took a lot of carts full of valuables, basically. They raided the place, and they were headed south. And what we could figure out is a few markings and maps that Newmonger might be their destination.
Yeah. It sure is. They've already passed through. Caravan of 4 or 5, fully loaded.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. They passed through 2 days. What day are we on now? Last night? 2 days ago. Came straight through from the north, straight down into their camp in the south, straight through into the roads, as far as we can work out.
They didn't stop.
They did it only for the night to switch guards, and then on the road again they went.
Yeah.
So you're
Anything?
tracking them for the Watchers?
Yes, well, it's actually, how can I put it, a multi-party group was tracking them. Got some from the Brotherhood, some from the Sand Ashes, some from even a couple of mercantiles. We've been tasked to follow them
Okay.
and see what exactly they're up to.
You're-
Peach Springs, they were working with the cult of Dragon.
The God of the Dragon have been, they've been moving around. They're in, there's a few of the Dragonborn, a few more than normal, that have been appearing in the south of the sea. But they, so your friends, the others in the bar then, are all on the same, you're not hidden within them, it's all out in the open.
It's all out in the open, yes.
Okay.
There's another one of us there too, the dark elf, the drow.
Great. Okay. And which order are you a part of?
I'm from Diamond Mountains.
Okay. Diamond Mountains. We haven't had someone pass through from the Diamond Mountains in a long time.
Now, well, as I say, they've been working with a cult, and obviously, the cult doesn't like us dwarves so much.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I got brought in.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Redvant branch of the Watchers. We have a very small establishment here. Not many of us. We've been working with the Coven for a little while.
The Coven?
Yeah, they're tieflings that run Redvant.
There was mention of tieflings, and I asked generally asked about the tieflings in the town and where I might find them for business.
You won't find
The stablemaster seemed to say they were working with the Talons at one point.
The Coven don't miss a trick when it comes to protecting Redvant and making money. As you know, they've been left and they were failed by the Commonwealth and any administration that came before. They've been under attack more times than I know. So yeah, I think what started as maybe could have been a prosperous relationship has quickly gone sour. Although the Talons, as long as you're not a magic user, don't seem to have too much of a problem. Did you want to get the rest of your party before we carry on with anything else? Is there any information that needs to be served? I mean, you are now in my custody, I suppose, so I can do what I can to look after you.
What's your name, friend?
Well, my name is Thalior, but people call me Shadow.
Thalio.
Thalior, yes.
On the subject of the party, I was going to suggest that we follow Burn to this other pub. So can we just walk in and I approach the bar and say, I'm looking for a room.
Yeah.
For many rooms.
As you open the door and turn, as you two, Gimbar and Thalior, are having this conversation, you can see that a few of the guys turn as the door opens. As they step through, kind of a subtle nod goes, and everyone goes back to their conversations and things as the rest of you guys walk through. You would see as you walk through, before you even get to the bar, that Gimbar is off to the side and just been given a nail. And he is sat with the man.
Can I walk over to them with the man in the hat?
Yeah.
Because he was waiting for us outside.
Yeah, so you would have come out and he was gone.
Oh, hello again. You came back out and you weren't there.
I got the feeling you didn't want to have a drink with me, so
I'm so
took
sorry
your
that
friends.
if I gave you that that
option.
impression. It was just a bit of a surprise at 6 a.m. That's all.
Well, you were the ones going for a drink at 6 a.m. and it looks like your friend here is... and he goes to you and realises that you didn't give him your name as he gave you yours. He gave you...
Bah.
Yeah. Gimba is tucking into one right now.
He has a different taste than I.
So welcome to the Fish and Shamrock. Do we want to... he looks at you, Gimba. He's like, do we want to carry on the conversation here?
It's okay. Is everyone in here good?
Oh, from my side, yes.
Yes. And I sort of say to her, well, he's one of us.
Okay. In that case, pleasure to meet you. I'm Willow. And put my hand out for a handshake. I won't hug him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking please don't. I don't have to do in episode 12 for you just randomly hugging people that don't need it. He goes, he shakes your hand. His hand is ice cold.
Does he give me his name and his name?
He says, my name's Jeev. No, he does. He says,
Yeah.
nice to meet you, Shadow.
Nice to meet you, Shadow.
So, if we need rooms, we can sort that out later. As he looks at the guy behind the bar and says, "I think we'll take some drinks downstairs." And the guy nods and gives a little elbow to a shelf, which pops open, revealing a staircase downstairs. As Shadow kind of ushers you and says, "Please, we'll be a little bit more comfortable downstairs."
This is not suspicious with the hidden staircase.
It's okay, cause he's
Good suspicious.
he's like I am. He's with the Watchers.
I cut my eyes a bit, but follow anyway.
Nice. Tries to trip you up.
I don't know these Watchers.
You don't know anyone. Nice. As he leads the way down spiral staircase, be hidden behind a thing. As the last of you pass through, the barman above closes the door behind. As the staircase at the top is completely dark, but as you get further down, you see torches are lit that help you navigate the stairs without falling. As you enter down into a underground cavern, a underground chamber where there is a few tables set up, a area off to the left hand side, which is a bar. It looks to be like a bar, but it is sparse down here. It's freezing cold. It is damp, a little bit dank. It is not nicer down here than it was upstairs. That was a lie. And just has this weird like echo to it, like it is the bit you walk into feels like a room, feels like there's tables and chairs set out, like there's some benches, it's all wooden bits, there's nothing plush or nice here. There's a bar there with some bits on there, but outside of that, you feel like you're in a cave. It doesn't feel like this is a well used or well trodden or well lived in at the moment. It feels cold, a little bit damp, a little bit dank down here. As he goes over and grabs a bottle of something, some kind of one white liquor, one dark liquor, brings them over, also brings over some water, just in case that's not your tipple at 6 a.m, and says, "Please, take a seat."
I take a seat.
If you are inclined to a little drink, then please have one on us. We don't have too much to offer, but what's mine is yours. So welcome to Redvant. Welcome to the Watchers headquarters, I suppose you could call it, here in Redvant. There's not too much activity going on right now, but we are here to help whenever fellow Watchers are in town. He will, on the passing through as well, Merrin will come and introduce himself to you with a handshake, being that you are a Watcher. The rest of you, he kind of gives you a general greeting, not in a mean way, but in like as another Watcher, he will make sure that he introduces himself to you and gets a good face-to-face with you, so he can kind of read your face, know who you are.
As he shakes my hand, I say to him, "The night hides many eyes."
Bars never close. He
I
gives you a
nod.
little pat, he gives you a little pat on the shoulder.
And then I let go because we're holding
Yeah,
hands
you're
for
holding
too
hands.
long.
And again, you notice his hand is very cold.
Sweaty? Clammy?
No, just cold. Very cold. He sits down. He stays stood, but lets you sit around as he kind of welcomes you in. He's like, I apologise. I have been tracking you on your journey from Riverside. You created enough of a commotion that piqued my interest whilst out on watch, and I did track you on the way in. I had no idea you were watchers beforehand, but you, as I was having a conversation with Gimba here, left quite the mess at the Riverside Trading Post. So I thought I'd better keep an eye on you. You understand that the Talons operate essentially the law of Redvant at the moment.
So it seems. We saw them preaching. It seems to be what they
Yes.
are doing. Gimbo, you mentioned about tieflings as well. But the stableman said that they've gone quiet, so I assume that Talons are just taking over everywhere around here.
The Coven run Redvant, but they haven't been operating out of the city for a while with the Talons that are here. They used to have quite a few people operating out of this base, out of this area, but have moved most of their work up into Hot Valley. It's a little bit further away from the Talons. They don't tend to go that far north. They have no need, it seems, or want to control the city in its entirety, just to control the passage from the north to the south. So some of their operations, the Tieflings have moved north. You are aware they also can track and are actively looking for magic users. As he kind of looks across those of you that aren't bearing huge swords, but are on board and did leave behind fireballs, that there are probably some spellcasters above you.
We did. When we came in on the boat, we saw them doing their ping checks.
Yes.
We have some level of understanding. Do you mind me asking, are you a magic user yourself? I say it in hushed tones.
He says, yes. Not a lot,
Right.
but I have some capabilities, which is why we use them sparsely in the city. You do not want to rouse suspicion. We do not want another hunt on our hands.
Of course.
Is there any way to stay hidden from these pings, do you know? Any way of blocking them?
Not that we have found thus far, other than not piquing suspicion. They do not seem to be actively searching every quarter of the city every day. When there is cause for concern, then they up their antics and they hunt for any magic users that have caused any disturbance. My fear is that we don't have a lot of time before your disturbance gets reported back and potentially another hunt happens. But
We only plan to stay the night.
this is good.
You say another hunt, so they've done hunts through the city before?
Oh yeah. They if they have been attacked, there has been times that there has been multiple different sabotage missions, people fighting back, the Coven themselves fighting back a few times. As soon as they get a hint of anyone that is trying to go against them, then they will actively search for a few days, root out, try and use whatever they have available. The magics that they have available to them, which they're quite happy to be used, to find and prosecute where they can. They then take prisoners down to Redvant. I believe they've got a little imprisonment camp in Redvant, and from there they get moved somewhere else, or maybe don't get moved ever again.
Do you know how often they change guard at these crossings at the Riverside place and the border forest?
I haven't tried to move south in a very long time, so no. But I wouldn't imagine that they're not changing guard where there's no one watching for a little while. It'll be about sneaking through without causing too much suspicion.
Oh no, sorry, I meant with the noticing what's happened.
For what you left behind yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, they would probably have already found it this morning.
So they're likely to do a hunt then?
Depending on what information they have. You didn't seem to leave behind many survivors. I caught the sailors that you had set free on their way in, and they didn't seem to want to stop to talk about anything. But were there any other loose ends you left behind?
There was two or three people that they took off the boat in front of us, and they ran.
Okay. So, if they get caught or go rat you out, we could have a problem. Did they see your faces?
Maybe.
Probably.
Let's
There
assume
were some
so.
people that we passed on the way towards Redvant as well.
Okay.
They definitely saw our faces.
We can hope that they got out before. Either way, then, yeah, I would assume that you should maybe not be walking around the city brandishing your faces out loud. Some of you are a little more distinctive than others. So that's one good thing to get away. A hunt, then, when they find it, will be coming through. But if you're only staying here for a while, might be okay. You could sit and wait it out. We can definitely keep you hidden. They have ways of finding magic users, but their ways aren't exact. So we can do what we can. We can also try and get you out of the city if needs be. Although, from a brief conversation, Gimbar said you were tracking these carts, this Talon caravan.
Yes, we need to head south.
We have stables, horses that stabled just outside the gate.
Okay.
The eastern gate. Was it the eastern gate? Above the stable?
Western Gate would be.
Western Gate.
Western gate. Western gate.
Okay. Well, we've got ourselves a nice little pickle then. Well, like I say, I will do what I can. We have a few low-level Watchers agents. We don't have many here in Redvant, and we can't call on too many others, but I will do and use my skills what I can to help. Get you out of the city, I suppose, as easy as possible. Your best route south is going through the checkpoint. It's just whether we can hide you in something to get you through the checkpoint, I suppose.
You think it'd be too dangerous just to try and go through as normal travellers?
It depends on how sure you are that nobody matched your face. Sounds like there's already a few loose ends out there. Your chance walking through. There's not many, parties where a dwarf, a gnome, a Githyanki and a drow move through with a couple of humans. Oh no, elf and a human. You're a mixed bag.
I am a
Sounds
mixed bag.
Sounds like the start of a joke.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about me. It's much more obvious.
You called me a mixed bag, so I'm human and elf.
As a group, a mixed
At
bag.
least didn't call you a hag.
True. I do know.
I will also inform him about the bastion for the Watchers we are setting up in Lenore. And for him to spread the word.
Yep. Yeah. He'll set up communication with, or send someone to set up a communication route with Orhearth, which is good news. He's like, that's great that Orhearth with other Watcher Station is active again. It's been a while since we've had contact with anyone, really. Okay. So what do you need from me? What do you need to know? What was your plan, I suppose?
You said the caravan passed 2 days ago.
2 days.
That's 3. So we need to, I guess, leave as early as we can in the morning.
Yeah. If it's
After resting
passing
and-
south, I reckon it would clear through at least as far as Eden tomorrow. So about halfway down the border path.
The problem is they're going to be more on guard after what happened with the boat.
I don't think the caravan would know, though, would it? Passed through 2 days ago.
The caravan, maybe not, but the
I
border,
meant the
yeah.
sorry. The checkpoint.
Mm. Is there any traders' caravans passing through,
There's
leaving the city
always
south? That we could maybe
traders
attach
and
ourselves to.
caravans. Maybe we can find some. We could definitely pay to get you aboard something, or it might be even better that we wait to find one and try and sneak you on board without them knowing, because they definitely have of ways of forcing the truth out of people. But it's all going to be down to chance.
But we will need our horses as well. That's our only way of hoping to catch up with the caravan.
So we need to get horses.
Would
I'm all ears.
sorry.
See,
Would they already got the information on what happened at docks at the checkpoint? If it's still early morning, would it not be best to like grab and go?
Mhm.
So don't stay the night. Get supplies and get some camping gear, and then we'll have to hide out in the forest.
Are we getting marshmallows?
Can do. Some sauce. But if the word's not out yet, why can't we just not to stay the night and move on as quick as possible?
We still have the fact that we look like a ragtag group together.
I do have a disguise kit, but there's only so much I can do with makeup.
Unless we go through in stages. Don't act as if we're one group.
Or perhaps one or two of us could go with some of your watchers as I look at Shadow. And they could help us bring the horses back.
Bring them back
'Cause-
where?
Well, to here so that we can ride off into the sunset.
We still have to get through the
Yeah, you
checkpoint.
still go for the check.
Oh.
You can walk the horses up to the checkpoint and try your luck and get through. It's like I say, it's getting through without arousing suspicion. 6 individuals with no visible reason to be together. You'd have to come up with a pretty good story to not have them just check you out. And my fear would be if as soon as they go to check you out, a few of you are going to appear a little suspicious. So it's trying to find a way of disguising or hiding to get you through.
I do have a disguise kit, so I can disguise people. But I can't disguise a gnome as an elf and a
Yeah.
Githyanki as an elf, you know what I mean? It's only so much.
Yeah.
I can disguise myself, but then that's using magic directly in front of them. So it's not a good idea.
Yeah. Or we can try something a little to my skill set, which would be a little bit of infiltration and sneaking through, but we can't sneak a horse through. I know the camp, so I can help to a certain extent, but there's no way I can. Yeah, I'm not a miracle worker. So if we were to try and sneak around or through without being seen, get away from the border, then you would be on foot, which is going to slow you down if you need horses.
Do you have contacts in Eden and Newmonger that could help along the way?
Not on the forest path itself. Eden has shut itself off for a long time, and I don't have many friends there.
Would we use the stable boy and the kids that we gave the money to take the horses through the southern checkpoint for us, and then we pick them up from them on the other side? We did give them a lot of money. We can give them more.
How is it going to explain carrying four horses through?
And what about the other horse? Because we have 5.
We dress
There's
one of the
multiple
horses up as a
children.
kid.
They could say they're taking it out to pasture to like graze.
I mean, they wouldn't be lying if we asked them to do that. If we asked them to take them out front to graze where we need to go. I'm just thinking they might not be very good at lying.
This is a strange
It will
request.
endanger children, asking them to bring horses through and then come back short time after with no horse.
Yes.
Willow, I thought you were better than this.
Yes, that doesn't sound like something that I would agree with. Now that you say about the danger of the children, that feels like everything I'm against, weirdly.
I think we should send some kids in, get them to lie for us, and then if they die, they die.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't lie. They should just take them out to the grass, say that they're not
Yes.
being made to lie, etc.
This would be very useful if we can have somebody who is unaware of what they are doing.
Exactly.
But perhaps not children.
Yes.
But children are easier to bribe.
Children are our future. We must not bribe them.
So if there's other caravans going through, traders going through that could do with a couple of extra horses to go through with them, we could use that to our advantage to get through. Get the horses through and we go through separate. Because that way they're not coming straight back without the horses.
Look, we just need to find some trustworthy traders that we can lend our horses to.
Yeah, well, trustworthy or someone who is doesn't like the Talons as much as we do. It's whether And then what would be the plan for you? The horses we can give to merchants, to traders passing through. But what about for yourself?
We would go with whatever plan that you could help us get us out of the city. Because if we don't have to worry about the horses,
We can sneak. We can try and sneak through the camp.
oh wait, is that the massive Talons camp?
Yes,
Oh,
but
I mean, if we are meeting horses further along, do we need to go through the camp? Can we get in through the forest some other way?
we could go out and across into the forest. It just is a matter of time. So,
How
quickest route will be to get through the camp out onto the pathway, meet up with the merchants, grab the horses, and you have got the shortest amount of time. Longer route, we send the horses through with the merchants. We then head off between the two border controls, sneak past into the forest, and then back into the road. But it will add more time because we will need to pick the route and go into the forest first, so you've got to travel away to come back.
I mean,
That
We could-
seems rather convoluted, does it not?
Safer, but longer.
it depends how confident we all feel we'll be able to get through the checkpoint.
As long as there's no
I mean-
acrobatics, I feel okay about it.
Acrobatics is definitely not what you're going to have to worry about. I mean, I'm assuming this checkpoint's a lot bigger than what we went through before, so
Yes. This is
we don't have the option of what happened over there.
this is much yeah. This is where they keep the magic users. They imprison the anyone they found in the north that they have brought thus far comes in through Redvant, and they have a facility inside this camp. Anyone that gets picked up on the border crossing that pings as a magic user gets held in this camp, and then from there they either get moved or they get killed. But they have this is a much bigger encampment. It has the barracks that they hold all of their talents in. It has the control point into the south where they pass the things through, and then they have their prison cells.
What does everyone think we should do? Do you want to chance a checkpoint, or do you want to take that bit longer and get through the forest? And I guess it means if we do that, we'd have to leave soon. Get the horses with some carts that are perhaps heading through slightly later. But yeah, I mean, what does everyone want to do?
Time is of the essence, I think.
Shall we roll for it? Because I don't feel like
I-
we're going to be able to
I-
decide.
I agree that speed is of the essence.
Well, in which case, then we need a plan for how we get through the checkpoint if we want to get through as quick as possible.
I like the idea of sneaking the horses out, but
The horses is fine. If that works, that works. If it doesn't work, then I mean, there shouldn't be any case for it to not work. But it's not the horses I'm worried about. It's us.
Yeah. The only issue with the horses is we have to find the people that are willing to take a horse
Yeah.
and give a horse back, and not ask too many questions about it.
There's no way around the outside of the city.
Yes, we could go. Well, we could go between the two crossings, or if you want to go outside the city, we head into the borderlands, then head south to the border forest, and they can go east. But that's you're talking days worth of travel.
No.
So you can definitely plot a route through the forest into the tract. You would normally have to watch out for the druids that protect the forest, and the creatures that live in the forest, of course. But it would just take a lot longer. You would take a day to ride out to the crossing. You'd have to cross the crossing again, and then go south through the borderlands into the forest. So, if speed is the essence, then I don't think that will help. The other option is we find and hide you away in merchants' vessels who have no idea what is going on. Might be more difficult for the horses, to get through, but how do you feel about being in boxes or crates for 4 or 5 hours?
I'm used to being in the dark and not being able to see.
Guess I am small enough to do that comfortably.
My fear is if we cannot find a way for you to get through, if we're not sneaking you on speed, then maybe literally being an unknown might be the best case. Hot Valley, the merchants that stop at Hot Valley get very drunk, then head down south. If you were part of their cargo and they were not aware you were part of the cargo, there's no lie to tell. But it involves you being inside the right cargo and hoping the merchants don't fuck it up.
Are the Talons not going through merchants' gear at the checkpoints to check?
Depends what they're going with.
So we need to find a merchant with something incredibly boring, not shiny at all.
And if we want to go through that way, we're going to have to wait for the evening to pass. No one's getting shit-faced at 6 a.m.
Willow looks down at Gimbar's pint of ale.
Hey, I'm not shit-faced.
Yet.
One option. I know that they can force the truth out of people if they have questions, or sometimes if they don't know anything, they can't lie about anything. But it would take us going to search Hot Valley for the right cargo, the right merchants, ensuring they're going where you want them to go, and then you hunker down for the evening. Horses I can try and sort separately.
I mean, it sounds like the makings of a plan.
It's all ifs and buts on dependence, though, and time.
So is every plan that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Or we
There's
go
no concrete plan that's going to work. We have to just go with what works best, hopefully.
Yep. Or like you say, as your friend said, we act quickly. We try and sneak through when they would not be expecting it before any alarms get raised, and I will have to arrange the horses after you are already through. So you may lose some time, but you could get through first. We act quickly and you get through, and then you find the horses later down the line, might lose you less time. We have options, all of them come with risk.
So, who's for hiding, who's for going now?
I'm going to take a piss, and then you guys can think about it. Take a pee break quickly. I need a wee-wee. So yeah, let's have a quick pee break as you're presented with options then. So yeah, I would say options on the table at the moment are move now before alarm gets too raised and try and sneak through somewhere. So sneak the most direct route, and then the horses will catch you up if he can get all the horses through on another merchant. You send the horses through merchants and find another way through, go a long way around. So you can go a safer route, but you're going to have to go all the way out into the forest and back, which will lose you time. But it's probably the safest route, but you sacrifice time. Or you try and find merchants that you can hide within their cargo. You have to find the right merchants in Hot Valley, hide in their cargo, and hope that they can get you through because they know nothing about you being there. Again, the horses will be an issue coming through. All have individual problems and risks. There's no such thing as a perfect plan, baby. Oh, there's Redvant. I knew I had a map of it somewhere. Right, we'll do a quick way break. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, what are people's thoughts?
I'm going to roll because I just don't know.
I'm back in the away.
So we got Are people still here? Someone's still here.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So go now, get horses after,
Yeah.
or hang about, go on a merchant's dung van or something this evening,
Yeah, or sneak through the forest. But
or sneak through the forest.
I guess if we go this evening, we could have a rest during the day. But it's losing time, and there's no guarantee it won't get found anyway.
And then there'll probably be more of an alert for what happened.
And the horses, which is a big thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what to roll.
It'd be an odds or evens thing, I guess. Because I think the forest is out of the question.
Yeah. I'm going to say odds. The thing is, I'm not bothered either way. So if somebody else wants to do something else, I'll go with the majority. But I'll say odds we hang about, evens we wait till tonight. I should have done a D100. 15. So odds we go now. Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, my vote is we go now.
It's probably what I'd choose as well. Because if we wait till they found the thing and they're alert up, they'll probably start searching things more.
Mm. And then he can sort out the horses and just catch up to us or something.
Yeah.
Did you wash your hands?
Yeah, wash them in the piss. It saves time.
Oh, excellent.
That's the same answer I give when people ask me that.
I have a devil's advocate answer. Also, Little have started selling cookies and cream cornettos. Dangerous.
Cornettos. We love a
I don't like cookies and cream.
Oh, I love cookies and cream. It's cookies and cream.
Yeah. What's not to like?
Both
Cookie
together.
dough is so much more superior to cookies and cream.
I hate cookie dough as well. I like actual cookies, but not cookies and cream or cookie dough.
I am a big fan of cookie dough as well.
But stick it in the oven, it tastes better.
That makes it a cookie.
I rolled for my vote.
I think anything. I think waiting's a big mistake.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, that's 3 for going quick.
I also think the safest route's through the forest.
It's too long though.
But at the end of the day, what we get stopped. At least we get through it.
Not necessary.
I'm back.
Dangerous things lurk in the forest. Hags. I got spell slots.
Pags. Jenny's gonna kill you all.
Oh, I've got spell slots for days, but it's. I don't. If we end up with no horses, we end up with no horses. But we get through.
But we need horses to catch the caravan.
I'll get a glitter pony.
Yeah, so mechanically, the later you arrive into Newmonger, behind the caravan, the harder it is going to be to keep track of what happens. So Newmonger, who would have gone through Newmonger? Someone.
Me.
You would have gone through Newmonger. So you know the deal with Newmonger is that it's a very tight, very small town city. They do not let horses pass through. So everything gets unloaded, travels through the city and reloaded. So the caravan will have to unload when it gets to Newmonger. All of its contents will be passed through Newmonger and it gets reloaded on a caravan. But it's like a canal boat city. Everything is done by tugboats and canal boats. So it'll be unloaded from a horse onto a boat, and then the boat will take it the rest of the journey. So
Sorry, I've got a landlord thing. I need to pop away for 10-15 minutes. I'll go with whatever the majority does.
Okay.
Good luck. Willow will let the group know as well that the last time that she was in Newmonger, her caravan was stopped by the Talons.
Yeah.
What were the
And then she
options?
stares off into the distance.
They're hardly going to stop their own caravans, so maybe we do need to be quicker.
Yeah. If you go out, yes, that's what it is. Mechanically, the further behind you are, the harder it is to keep track of where it is or what happens to it. And obviously, if you catch up, you catch up. You can sort out beforehand. If you travelled out from Redvant into the forest, you are going to lose, I think, like 2 days. Redvant.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What,
if
even
you go
sneaking
fast.
between the checkpoints?
Sneaking between, yeah, because sneaking between the checkpoints, you still have to go into the forest. So you've got to come far enough away from the checkpoint that you wouldn't be visible, and then into the forest and then back again. So you're still going to lose at least a day. And you won't have you can't run the horse. You can't ride the horses through that. If you just like gunned it between the two checkpoints on the horses, they essentially would see you, and then so you're gonna have to sneak between the checkpoints into the forest, and then cut back out onto the main road, which will just lose you time.
I didn't realise it was that far from between the two checkpoints.
Yeah, it's not an insane distance, but it's long enough that they don't have a wall they're patrolling it, but they patrol the river, and they patrol then the entry point into the road. So but your best bet of getting onto the road without them seeing is going to have to go across, sneak across without them being seen, then sneak into, and then go through the forest, and then come in. But you can't ride horses through the forest. So you'll be sneak across, and then hope you pick up the horses then at the same time. So
But the
quickest
option
route
is
is
the,
straight. Or you hide. You waste a day here and hide in some merchants' vessels and hope they get you through without any problem.
Yeah, but
Is there any like thing that goes out of the docks down south around the outside that could be a possibility?
Could be a possibility. You'd have to, you'd have to charter a vessel that goes out and then that gets unloaded at Newmonger. But you wouldn't be. Yes, you wouldn't have any trace of where they are. So you'd just be hoping that you get there, and then you can find them. So you'd be like losing the trail to come around to come back in, and hoping you can then go and ask questions to find out. Did it pass through already? Where's it gone? What's happened? Because you're not following the same route, is it? But yeah, you could try and you'd have to pay because boats won't just go there for funsies.
Yeah.
And it's again, well, I suppose we wouldn't need the horses, would we? But
No, it'd get you straight to Newmonger. You know, from Newmonger down, you won't need the horses anyway. It'll be boat. You could take the horses, but your best bet is going to be boat. Sweet. We're all back. I just realised we were chatting anyway.
are we certain the caravan is going to Newmonger?
The
characters.
well, yeah. Shadow's told you that the caravan. So what he knows about the caravan is. Oh yeah, that's a good point. What does he know about the caravan?
I mean, all I mean is if we do the boat thing and we don't pick up the tail, and they've turned off somewhere and not gone to Newmonger.
If they don't go to Newmonger and then go south, you don't know.
Yeah.
From what Shadow knows is they come through. The caravan passed through Redvant 2 days ago and has carried on onto the Border Forest path. Actually, I know what he would also know. He would know that the caravan that's carried on to the Border Forest path is just the caravan of the caravans of goods. Any additional people that they were carrying were left in the camp, whether that be prisoners or additional. So what's gone forward is a guard force protecting the caravans, but they were not carrying any prisoners with them. Once they got through Redvant, they would have any prisoners they had, any people they collected along the way, have been left in the talent camp. So it's a slimlined caravan that's heading down the Border Forest path now of just the carriages.
I would say two options are the boat and go in now.
Okay. Okay,
we might lose track of it.
I'm gonna roll for that as well because I don't know. Odds is now, evens is both. Mine is evens 6.
I rolled previously, and I'll stick with the same terminology. I've got evens.
With what? Same roll as
Whatever Kim said.
Evens was boat. Odds was go now and hide.
still there, Peril.
Going out wouldn't be hiding; it'd be going straight through, wouldn't it?
Go now would be
Yes, we gone straight through.
Go now would be trying to sneak through now before any alarm gets raised.
Yeah,
and
that's the
then
one I meant.
and then Shadow will try and get the horses through with merchants, which means you might be on foot for a bit, but then the next merchant carriage that comes around behind you should have your horses on, if you can get them all through. Because you're still
That's
asking
the one you
merchants to
lost
pick up
on.
horses and walk them through a border gate and kind of not ask too many questions about it. Boat would be you leave the horses behind. You're gonna have to pay though to charter a vessel down to.
If we're, I will. If we're leaving the horses behind, I misunderstood. If we're leaving the horse behind, I don't want to do that, so I'll go for go now.
Still there, Peril.
I mean, we don't have any details about the boats. Yeah, we don't know how much it would cost if we can
Let's just
actually
go
charter
now.
one.
Let's just go now. That's
Yeah.
sneaky.
Yeah, if you take the boats, you're gonna have to pay. If you want someone to take you on a boat now, you're gonna be paying a lot of gold.
And we don't know.
Mhm, that's gold.
We might lose the trail and all of that stuff. Might get seasick.
I fall off the boat.
Okay. Try and sneak through now then.
Mm-hmm.
And shall return there to pick up the horses.
So are we actually going through all together, or are we going to split up? So it's not just a big group of random people that look like they shouldn't be together, with many of them heavily armed.
We could go in 2 groups and each have a story as to why we're together.
Who's my best friend?
Merrin doesn't wear armor, so I'd say maybe if Willow and Koss go through because they're both armored,
Mm-hmm.
they look more similar, and the rest of us go through.
Yeah.
If we could try and blend in with the group that we're going in with, so like if there's a big group of people going through, just try and blend in with them. Oh, in my head, there's a bunch of people going through this checkpoint. Or is it single file?
Yeah,
It's also 6 a.m.
6 a.m. It'll be. You won't know until you get there, like who's building up for the day. So you could wait a few hours, so we will do some luck checks. But if you want to, if you're going through now and you're just going to try and walk through, bluff your way through, then it's whether you want to wait and go through with people. But yeah, they will be. It's what you think is the least suspicious of trying to walk through. Again, if you're walking through like heavily armored, you're probably gonna get questioned as like, well, hang on a minute.
Or we could
Where
we
you
fit our armor in the bag of holding? Or is the opening for the bag too small to put in my?
No,
So-
we're talking about putting a person through. You bet, like, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's what that's the bit. If you're going to walk through, I didn't realize you were going to walk. If you're just going to walk through and try and bluff your way through the gate, it's how do you make yourself as least inconspicuous as possible and have a story that says this is where we're going and this is why we're doing it.
I figured we'd be riding through rather than.
Oh, you're riding through.
walking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with riding through.
I'll put.
Oh, well, no,
I'll,
holding the horses to our side.
Yeah, well, but with the horses.
So with the
anyway.
horses, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still put all my big heavy armor in the bag of holding if I may. I don't want to look too shiny and too heavy. Does that make sense? I know what I mean. Because I don't want like my Morgana shield to be seen, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Ram, have they taken over the... Do they have like a central place? Like
Probably.
Dialer Kingdom.
Yeah. Well, you know that they operate. They are operating out of every major city in the south.
Is that where it's at, though, the Dialer Kingdom?
Islet Kingdom is where the king is, and they are the guard force for the king. So you'd assume that they would have a base there, yeah. But whether they would have a single base.
Pilgrimage is such to go to where it all started. We've heard the word of the Ram and
to try.
traveling together.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't know too much about. They essentially operate. They operated first as the guard force, and then are taking town by town. There would be no like need to pilgrimage. You could just denounce your gods and start supporting Ram here in Redvant. Why do you need to travel to the south?
Because that's where it started, I guess, was my thinking.
Didn't start on this continent. They're an invading force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. What are we doing?
We're trying to work out how we get through the... So we've decided to go now.
Grab the horses and go.
With horses next to us. But it's what our story is for why we're travelling. So they said if we look as inconspicuous as possible. So I said I'll take off all my shiny armour. But now we need to work out what we're going to tell them when they say, where are you going?
Oh, I'm not taking off my armour. No, I'm keeping my armour and weapons. I'm going on a monster hunt in the forest because I'm a monster hunter. I'm hunting dangerous beasts I heard in the forest. There we go. I don't know what you guys are doing.
You're describing your landlord as a beast.
Wouldn't we all?
I'm a homeowner.
I'm sure your cats describe you, the landlord, as a beast.
No, they are my landlord, to be fair.
We said all my gear has Morgana shit on it, right? It was like the crest of Morgana was going to be on my shield.
Yeah. And also, your shields and armaments would make you look like a paladin.
Even my sword, could it just be a big sword, or does it look like a paladin?
Why would you? Who's walking around with a big sword that big? No farmers walking around with a sword that big. You are a soldier. You're a knight. So you'd have to come up with a reason why you have a fucking great big sword.
Okay. I'll put it in the bag of holding then.
Yeah, I mean, you can do what you can go through, like you say, you can go through, but you will be playing a dice game of how peaked of an interest are you going to make to the Talons when you turn up and they go, you go for US border control essentially, and they're like, what are you here for? Why are you going to the south?
Oh great, I'm not white. This isn't going to work well.
Everybody set your social media to public.
Exactly. We're going to check on you. So if you're like, hey, I'm just going to the south for holiday, and they're like, why have you got a fucking great sword that's the size of a gnome? And you're like, because I like it. It's like, no, okay, cool. Maybe we'll do a check on you. Oh, whoops, you're a spellcaster. Maybe you should go in prison. Thank you. Where if you're like, hey, I've got another reason for going. Like, the more convincing you are, or more convincing you are that you're just going there to travel south to do whatever it is you're going there to do, the less they're going to be like, oh, we better check on this person. If someone rocks up with armor and a sword and they're like, hey, I promise I'm not here to fuck anything up.
Before we make our way to the border crossing, can I activate the switch on my sword to make sure it doesn't go light up if they inspect it?
Yeah, it only does it in darkness anyway, right?
I believe so.
So
but you never
stay
know.
in the day. Yeah. Yeah, bandits would have some swords. If you were like guards, you would have some swords, some light armors, leather armors. They're easy enough to pass by. So it's just us.
We are on a mission to protect Princess Koss.
if you can get Weaver to cross-dress and go through the gate, I'll let you do that. I'll let you do it without rolling.
Anyone remember the Final Fantasy VII?
Obviously. It's the best part of the game. Because you don't have to fight anything. Well, technically you do at the end, but in the mansion, but
Yeah, my plan is to go through fully armoured and say I'm on a monster hunt, because I'm a monster hunter. Hunting beasts in the forest.
and then they'll be like, the forest is that way, why are you coming out of this gate?
Maybe if I could just get a shit sword that would be a generic sword, and then because we said
I've got a
that
short sword and a buckler, because I didn't sell mine.
Oh yeah, I'll just borrow one of those if I may, because we said that I'll go with you because I've got armor. Even though I've hidden my armor, at least then I can still go with you and say, because I can't really do anything without a sword, say that I'm learning from you, which isn't a lie because I'm learning from you because I don't know Githyankus. I'm your apprentice for getting through this door, but you can do the talking.
I was about to say she's going to ruin my whole.
Yep.
Why aren't we getting Willow to talk? She is literally the most charismatic out of any of us.
Have you heard Willow
Skins
talk?
is behind her.
You need to get better at personificating. Personificating? That's not the words.
I can make some hunting traps to come with as well for showing the monster hunter side of things.
So us three are monster hunters in the forest?
I am literally just going around trying different ales of the regions for my own recipes.
And the only one that's not a magic user, so probably the safest.
Now, what's my excuse going to be?
You and Pearl could be joining me.
Yeah.
Well, you're a drow, so you could be just going home.
But from where?
Redvant?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, also, elves, you could be going to Eden. Eden is en route. So Eden is the elven city that was there, that is now a skeleton of the city it was before, because the whole city got teleported to the Feywild. But there was like a Feywild portal gate to Eden halfway down this border forest path. So elves could be travelling to Eden. That would not be the craziest thing.
And Peril is your better half who you're taking home to meet your parents.
Sounds good to me.
Did you say you've got short swords? I can
A
borrow?
short sword and a buckler.
I've got a spare short sword as well.
Okay, I'll borrow the buckler and the short sword, please.
I will probably then go and grab. Can I use short swords as well? I think I probably can, can't I? If there's another one going, I'll grab one as well. If I'm going with the hunters,
I've put my spare short sword in the party inventory.
Oh yeah, you can do that, can't you?
Yeah.
I just added it. I'll take it off after.
I will dismantle my pistol as well, just so it's not an extra thing that can be possibly seen. I know the other stuff's in the bag of holding, but yeah.
Where do you hide the magic bag?
Well, from what we know,
Inside.
they can't detect magic items. They can detect magic users.
Oh, okay, fine.
But if they do pat you down,
It's just a bag.
nice.
I mean, how does it work? If I was to put it inside a normal bag, will it just like fold up small, or will it still be like big? If I was to put it inside my normal backpack,
It'd just be a bag inside a bag. Just been
Yeah.
off.
it won't like be like take up the whole bag. It would be like just flat at the bottom of the bag, or would it?
No, it would always. I think it always looks like it's got stuff in. If it's got stuff in,
Okay.
I think it looks like it's got stuff in. Otherwise, it'd always be a skinny satchel, which would be a horrible thing to carry around all the time.
Okay.
But yeah, so it'd just be like a bag that you've packed inside another bag. But you could pack it inside another bag, and it takes up It'd be like putting a bum bag inside a rucksack. Like you can still do that even if the bum bag was full.
Yeah, I think I just do it like that then.
Yeah.
I just have my normal rucksack where I'll have the hunting traps in as well that I've created.
Yeah. Give me an Arcana check, Zilna.
That is a 23.
23. You know that, yes, it is correct that they are going to try and pick up magic users, but you know that there's very easy ways of detecting magic because there's a spell literally called Detect Magic. So any magical items that you guys have on you would appear, if that spell was cast, would appear with a faint magical outline. So even if you pack it in a bag at the bottom of a bag and they get spooked, it's the not getting spooked. If someone casts Detect Magic, I think you kind of all messed, because even the uncommon items you all got would have a faint magical resonance.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more of a lines if they actually search the bag. They may search the bag inside the bag, but at least if it's a bag inside a bag, then there's other things they're going to search first.
This is not
if they don't go to magic room. But
yeah.
Or stuff rations on top of it and stuff.
Yeah, I'll say there'll be the few hunting traps and whatever, and normal stuff that's in my bag, like the bed rolls and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's easy enough. Cool.
So
So you make some hunting traps, you pack the bags up.
Obviously, my gauntlets would be in the rucksack as well. The bag of holding as well.
So you won't have any. So who would have a magical item on them? So Dylan's going to have the one bag. The goggles, yeah.
I suppose technically my sword, but I'm not
Sending stones and the pearl of power.
Yep. So you all.
The horn.
Okay, so everyone's got one, even if it's very faint magic. You would.
I can give the horn to Zone's bag of holding if he doesn't mind.
It's whatever you guys, because that's the question is like who's, as long as I know who's got what on them, just in case. And then the other thing would be your order of moving through. When you get there, are you going through in distinct groups, and then are you trying to split yourself up?
I'm giving Zena all my magic shit. I don't want anything.
I love being the source of everyone's magic shit. What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, bag is glowing, so why? Well, if the two lovers are going to there, I'll go with it on my own.
Yeah. So you're going to have 3 of them going, and then the 2 elves on their own, and then Gimba.
So the hunters, the drunk, and the lovers.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, send us first because we're the most likely to fuck it up.
Yeah.
What?
Or would it be easy if I go first and sort of pass it so they're less on edge?
Less. You got less to fail on. It's how far back as well, because again, if they cast a fire magic person, it's within a mile, so it's quite far. It's the detect magic which is going to cut you out.
There should definitely, ideally, be groups of people between us.
Yeah, so you can get there and find out. Okay, cool. So everybody, give me a d6 roll and see if luck is on your side or not.
Oh dear, let's see how this goes.
Let's do this one online.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
One.
I also got 1.
Oh.
I got a 6.
I got a 1.
Okay,
My
6.
dice aren't rolling.
3.
They are. You got a 3.
And I
Oh,
got
it's not coming up on my screen.
Okay, 2 1s and a 6.
Someone's dice is very fucking loud.
It's why I always mute the tab.
Okay. 2 1s and a 6. Let me write those down so I can spend them where I need to. Lovely. You go grab the horses then. So, is there anything you are asking of Shadow beforehand? There's not much he can do if you're going to go straight through, other than, I suppose, watch you go. But you have a contact, at least in Redvant now, and you know a place where the Watchers are.
Can I ask him if he has his own theme song?
He says once someone tried it didn't go very well.
I hear Reese knows a good theme song that they could have.
Don't do it.
Oh,
You've got 2 ones on the 6 that I haven't decided how bad they will be yet. Please try me. Is there anything you needed from the Watchers beforehand? There isn't a huge amount they can do.
Potions.
Yes.
Do they have healing potions?
No, I meant useful things. In fact, you guys think bringing these healing potions feels like a you problem.
How much healing potions?
Stupid.
Probably could grab a couple before leaving from the store, maybe.
It was 50 gold, wasn't it, last time?
I suspect no one's selling them because it's
Magic healing.
It's
like alchemy and shit.
it's magic. Yeah, you can go to the local clerics. Oh wait, they've all been murdered.
I do have one question. It's a technical question. I've got the buckler on, and I'm allowed to use shields, but it's saying I get disadvantage because I don't have
Ignore that
proficiency.
because it did the same to me. But I don't know why it
Okay,
doesn't.
cool. I think it's because you can also use it as a weapon, but I'm not using it as a weapon. Thank you.
So I guess we haven't been here long. So can I just clarify how many hours we have been since the fight?
Since the fight, it's been like 6 hours.
Okay, perfect. I still have 2 more hours of mage armor.
That's since the fight.
Can they see
You've then
magic
spent 4 hours in the
armor?
No, you spent 6 hours traveling in to Redvant from the fight, so that makes it 6 a.m. And then you spent an hour or so moving around the town, having the chat, and making a million plans with Shadow in the Thistle and Shamrock. So you've got an hour left of what you would have had left if you're moving straight away. So it's about 7 a.m.
So you've literally got a magic spell I'm running right now.
A shiny, glowing armor, right?
It's not shiny. I don't think it's shiny glowing, but he does have.
I can turn it. I can take it off if someone wants to give me some armor. I can stop. I can take it off
Why do you need armor?
because the spell ends early if the target dons armor.
Oh. Or you could just wait an hour to go through.
It's funny actually. Mage Armor doesn't actually flavour it in any way.
It says it's depicted as visible for flavour, appearing as a shimmering glow. Ooh, I want
Does
that.
it say that on the description?
No.
Are you getting AI to tell us how?
I'm
things
getting
are?
Reddit. I'm getting D&D
Oh,
mixed
dangerous.
Reddit.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't want to go on that, right?
Okay, I'm had another one. Just in case. Okay, cool. I'll tell you what. I will let you trade your 6 that you rolled for some healing potions now, but it means you're walking into only bad.
No.
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 You got 2 ones and a 6, which we can use on rolls and checks. But yeah, I'll let you use the 6 up now and just give me all the ones if you want to take healing
No,
potions.
no, we're not going to take the risk.
Okay.
I don't know. I do like a good bet.
How well
Yeah,
are
a
you
good
gonna
bet.
roll?
This is not a good bet.
I am not trading my 6.
Sweet. So, Shadow wishes you luck. Sends you off to go get your horses. And but you know now, there are watchers in play, although not a lot of them in Redvant.
I've also noted that our dwarven friend was happy to tell a stranger he just met our entire plan.
He's a watcher.
Nice
Can be
watcher.
trusted.
I've noted that.
I did not trust him.
Traitors. There's traitors everywhere. Cool.
Yeah,
So-
most of them are called Peril.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa, whoa.
Hang on, that's
whoa.
your life partner you're talking
Yeah,
about.
what the hell? Hope you're not
Where's this-
walking
where's
through
this
with him.
coming from? Yeah.
Says the person that literally sided with a half blue dragon, got kitted up, and went out hunting his old mates,
Or because he wanted to learn how to detect magic people.
and then didn't even learn it. Wicked, cool. You go back and get the horses. They are quite surprised, Arthur and Gregor, as you appear an hour later to collect the horses. He's like, we've barely even got them sorted, but you can collect them easy enough and ride through the city, or walk them through the city towards the south. As you get close,
Actually, I got some
For the
food for the
horse.
horses as well.
you can get some rations for the horses. That's fine, and you paid him enough gold. When he's like, you didn't even pay for one night. Here you go, and they'll give you the rations as part of the copper. It's just
How many
straw and soulbook.
how different the horses look? Like, are there any? Do they all look fairly similar, or are they all like different colours and stuff like that? Like, so a very good variation of horses. Like, it doesn't look like
Yeah,
They see our horses and then see the other group's horse and think,
You guys have all got the same brown horse. What the fuck's
Is
going on?
this horse racism going on? Or?
They're different horses. You all got Shetland ponies. Yeah, they all are different. They are all riding horses, which would make them different to some of the horses because the larger horses would be pulling carts. Riding horses would be have riders. So you have they all are standard riding horses, but of different colour variations. Yeah, they're not like all half breed horses that would be very obvious. Although that is quite funny. As you walk down, it takes about half an hour or so to get through the city, walk down, not ride there too quickly, not trying to arouse any suspicion. As you get close towards and you can see the entryway into the camp, which is a funnel into the border point. As you are getting close, you look and cannot see a queue, as it doesn't look like it's incredibly busy today. So trying to funnel your way in, you are either going to have to sit and wait a bit of time for people to come, or you go through and chance that you might be following each other through here because it doesn't look like a lot of people are traveling south today.
Cos will suggest that you give it like 20-25 minutes after the first group's gone through before sending the next lot.
Sweet. So who's going first?
We'll go first.
Okay.
Oh boy.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? As you guys make your way down to the entryway, big palisade wall. This is like the wall that should be protecting people from getting in. It's like the wall that also protects you from getting out the other way. As there is a fully built up entryway where you can see big wooden double doors are there that are left wide open. As you make your way into the encampment area, there are hunters that, as you get close, kind of call you in. There's like a barrier, not a physical barrier, but you can feel that there is just like an area where people are leaving a presence. People aren't queuing right up to the door. They kind of get close, and as you three get close, the hunters walk up. The talons call you forward as you make your way to the front gate. As there is 2 guards there. You can see inside, but for now, there's just these 2 that are stopping you as they kind of look up. You all are riding horses, right?
Walking
horses. Traveling south today, are we? Where is the final destination?
We are hunting in the forest, and then we'll proceed south to what's the name of the city? I can never remember.
Newmonger.
To the Newmonger.
Then Grimsby.
Grimsby's not south, actually. Grimsby's in the forest. Because hunting and then taking the spoils to Newmonger.
Yes, that is the plan.
Okay. Why would you not bring the hunt back to Redvant to sell here?
Well, the Newmonger is down south. We are to journey there and sell the goods there.
So, okay. Full pass through and it goes through now. And what are you looking to hunt in the forest?
Oh, the dangerous beasts that I have heard of. And I pull out my book at this point.
Yep.
And show him all the descriptions of beasts and things, and say, I am particularly hoping to find a beast known as the Kadir. Have you heard of this beast?
He looks at the thing and looks back at you and goes, no, but okay, a deer. It goes through and notes through. It's like, well, the forest is under the protection of the talents, so you will have to pay for any carcasses that you pull out of the forest, as they are under our ownership. But you can do
this
that.
This will be at Newmonger, yes?
If you are passing through to Newmonger, then yes, you can do that at Newmonger. And then he goes, and he's like, okay, and then a single trip through. That'll be 2 gold pieces each for the passage through to Newmonger.
That is no problem. I shall pay for myself, my apprentice, and my trap maker.
Nice.
I will pay the 2 gold.
I think I've just paid for all 3 of us.
Oh, okay. I will. Well, I'll just add 2 gold back on. I've paid mine.
Yeah. Nice. He marks you up, writes out like a ticket he's got there, passes it up, says, "Please hold on to this and show it to our the guy further down at the border control. He will let you through onto your path through the border forest. Have safe travels today."
Thank you. Have a good day.
As he
And I turn to the others. Come, and hurry them.
you enter into what is kind of like a bit of an open encampment, but you can see that there is a defined path that moves through. But there are people moving off to the left. There is a huge building off to the left-hand side as soon as you move in, which you would assume would be the barracks. There was like more of a derelict building straight away on your right-hand side. And then as you just take a few steps through with the horses, you start to get like... there's a smell in the air. There's a horrible taste in the air. As you can see, there's some newly built blocks on the left. Only one story looks small, and then to the end of them, they run for about 30 or 40 foot, and then there's a bunch of cages that are lined up on this right-hand side. As you will take a route that takes you left and then down towards the gate. But you can get a good view at the cages, at least. These newly built blocks, you can't see because they're like you're looking at the back of them, and then you have this big building to the right hand side. So as you're passing through, give me a. You can see that there are some people in cages, but then you can see there are cages a bit further back that look different. Give me a perception or investigation check.
For investigation from me, that will be a 16.
16. You can see the cages that are alongside the blocks have people in them. 16. Yeah, you can see that the ones that clearly whatever these blocks are, and then to the edge, this looks like there are these like four-way block cages, or these big blocks where they put multiple people in. Where, there are humans, elves, whatever it is, that are being left in these cages. That are most of them slumped on the floor, not really moving. As you can see that they are lined up. There is a creature or two in some cages that are a bit further out of view, and you can't quite make out. You can hear them making noises, and you can see the size of them, but you can't make out what they are from where you are. They're like too far off for you to make a distance on, but the ones that are closest to you, clearly you can see are people are prisoners.
Are there talons walking like either side of us? If I was to speak to Cos, would there be people that could hear me?
Doesn't look like it, but you can never be too sure. You're in their camp, so they're not walking you to the next point. They're like letting you pass through, but you can see the two guards that like are watching you pass through the camp to check you don't div off to the side. But there are constantly there's constant movement of talons around. They are milling around. They are either out training or moving. There's a movement of people here constantly, but you could have a conversation as long as it wasn't like shouting.
As we're walking, then say to Cos, what does the ticket say?
Did he write deer or deer?
He wrote deer.
It says we have to hunt deer. The man was not that bright.
So that's all that's on the ticket. It just says hunting deer.
No, it says pass through to Newmonger. So you've paid for pass through to Newmonger, and it says we'll be hunting in the forest to pay per carcass on arrival in Newmonger.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
As we're walking, Willow will keep her eyes on the road and the direction we're going, as opposed to the things around her.
Okay. Sweet. Is there anything from you? Because you guys are passing through this now, so this is your chance to look at anything or pick up anything you might want to in the camp.
Is there anything for you?
No, I think I'm just concentrating on just getting through here, getting out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing full well that I've got a bag full of magic shit.
Shit in your pants. You can see you move through the camp. As you pass by the cages, you pass by a bunch of empty cages, and you can see that these ones, they have, it's like a box cage, but it has like 4 doors, it's like 4 cells in one cage, where clearly they're like, they don't want to, it's weird. They're clearly keeping individual people in individual boxes for a certain reason, not cramping everyone together. So there's a mix of these like mass cages and these singular cages. But the ones that you pass by closest to you are empty. The ones that are at the end of the block have people in, and then there's these creatures that are further off. But yeah, you can just pass through, keep your head down, ride out towards the crossing, which is part of the river. So you hit another guy, you cross over the river, and then you're on a pathway that leads you round into the forest. So you guys get to the thing, get your ticket checked, cross over the river, and they have on there a like a drawbridge, very similar actually to the one that would have been at the border crossing. Is they have a way of closing off the river, so it's a bridge, and then drawbridging it up. So they drawbridge it down as you guys approach, check your tickets, check you through, wave you through, don't get any problems, and then drawbridge comes up again as you pass through onto the Border Forest Road.
We'll walk far enough up in case anyone's watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'd have
wait
to
where we think we're out of sight.
Okay. So you would walk along, because you don't want to go into the forest, right? You want to stay on the horses. You would be in sight for quite a long time before you get into, you probably, because the way that you come over the bridge and then walk, you go like along the forest entry before you get to the bit that they've carved out, the bit that they've deforested. So if you were to, you could slow down your walk, but if you were to stop anywhere other than turning into the entryway, you would be visible by someone. It's like, the reason, again, they can see between the two plains, this area is just plain flat, and there's not a lot of tree growth going on.
Yeah, we'll have to go up to the entrance.
So you go up to the entrance. So you would carry on trotting on the horses, and it probably would be like another 15, 20 minutes on the horse to get into that entryway. So kind of stopping and coming back would be really difficult.
Unless anyone else has any concerns about that.
It's not concern. We could faff a little bit, maybe like halfway through that walk of I could feed the horse or something, so that we're not just constantly walking. So that the next group, because you said like 25 minutes, right? 25 minutes for the next group to come through, that they would still be able to see us in the distance when they get through, because nothing could possibly go wrong.
25 minutes is a big gap.
Yeah, I'd say if anything goes wrong, then we're not getting back to helping anyway.
By leaving 25, that's one of the reasons. By leaving that gap between you is for safety, but also does mean that you are 25 minutes. You didn't have any problems getting through here, so you got through pretty quickly. The guys behind you would have seen you just carry on and get into the camp, but for you to get over the bridge and out, you are like way outside. You are hundreds and hundreds of feet away, if not 1,000 feet, more than 1,000 feet away. About 25 minutes.
So sorry, I meant if they do get through okay, the next groups.
You can't. It's not. You can't go through the other side of passport control and just stand there. We could.
Yeah, we have to keep moving.
I might ask you
There's no way we'd be able to know if they go through okay.
Yeah, you are just chancing
they catch up with us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but for 25 minutes, that's 25 minutes of you walking. Once you get over the thing, you can get on the horses and start riding. You're onto bridle path then, so you are like 20. You will be 25 minutes away from them on horseback.
We'll just go slowly then.
Cool. So those of you behind, elves and the dwarf, you see the three of them get stopped at the gate and then just start making their way through, walking the horses through until you lose sight of them. And you will lose sight of them pretty quickly, because once they get into the camp, they then dogleg around a little to the left, and then that's it, they're gone. You can't see them anymore, but you didn't see that they had too much trouble.
Guess I'd go next.
Mm-hmm.
While he's doing that, me and Peril were trying to think of what our cover story is.
Oh, goody.
You know perfectly well you're going to end up going with the one I suggested.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holding hands.
Going to Eden.
Cool. So, Gilbert, you have a backpack, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Look like a nice little travel as you wander up. I will say, in the 25 minutes, you see one other small caravan go through in front of you, one other cart goes through in that 25 minutes break, but no one else as you pick your time after and head through to the front gate, and again get greeted by the two talents that are there as it kind of not gives you a frown, but gives you a bit of a like, oh, like, I'm not really seeing, again, dwarves, you wouldn't see many dwarves wandering just wandering around as he says, good morning, sir, where are we off to today?
Morning. I'm travelling. I'll be passing Kinyamunga, but I intend to follow the road down and try all the wonderful ales this land has to offer. I'm a brewer, and I've come down from the Diamond Mountains to try all the different regions and cities' beverages in terms of finding the perfect drink.
Okay. Newmonger was just an okay answer you could have given there straight through to Newmonger.
Well, I'll be passing through there as well and further on. I don't. Yeah.
Okay. What's that? Pass through the New Mungo. Right, that'll be 2 gold for the toll road.
Yes, certainly. I give him the 2 gold.
Oh, shit. Nice. As he writes you up a ticket, it says, right, if you make your way, stay off the horse until you get over the bridge, and then you're free to ride through the bridle path down. We do not take any responsibility for anything that happens to you out on the road, but be wary, to stay away from the forest if you can, make your way straight to New Mungo and you shouldn't have any issues.
Certainly. And this pass is just to New Mungo. I'd have to do the same thing there to go further on, yes?
You will have to find your way into New Mungo from New Mungo, yes. New Mungo do not let any horses in, so there's a stable at the other end. They'll sort you out for your future travel, but that's for you to arrange, not for us.
Thank you for your help. Have a good day.
Write you up a ticket, pass it over to you, and then send you off into the camp.
Yep.
You have the same thing as you walk through. Again, you get the same feel that the guys had before. Derelict building, newly built 1-story huts that you can see the back of. Right hand side, huge building, which would be the barracks and whatever else. It gives you the feel of like a barracks and a housing thing. And then these cages where you can see there are people, and then this smell that lingers in the air. Is there anything you would like to look out for?
No, I just want to make my way through. I don't want to, especially being on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be seeming like I'm being nosy.
Yep. Sweet. You walk your way down through, not carrying the horse, pulling the horse through as you make it up to the guards at the bridge again. Check your pass through, lower the bridge, send you off across your way, and you can mount up and head off into the forest.
Yeah.
Elves. You leave it. How long are you leaving it before you see Gimbar pass through? Again, looks like he has a few questions, gets given a piece of paper, and passes into the camp. Seems to be okay.
Is there other people coming now, like through the border, or is it just us lot leaving?
There was one, but there's one other person that went through before Gimbar, but it doesn't look like it's a well-travelled route.
Okay, I say we go now. So I say we go now.
Hanging around here seems like a bit suspicious. Let's just try our luck and get through, and just say we're on the way to Eden to see the sights for ourselves.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So you guys approach the 2 guards at the border. Same question gets answered. It's like, good morning. Where are we off to today?
We're off to Eden.
Oh. Eden to stay, or Eden because you were heading off to the Feywild?
Eden to the... Oh, go on, you go.
We were visiting your parents.
Yes, we were.
And I go to hold his hand.
Nice.
Hold hands.
Parents, lovely. What's the family name?
Fortanis.
Fortanis. See, that's down Fortanis. Okay. Eden, will you be coming back through Redvant, or are you heading on from there? What is the plan? Just so I can give you the right ticket, of course.
Yeah.
Coming back to Redvant, or
Peril, you know, after this, we're heading to see my family. We need my father's blessing.
Yes, we were heading on to... What city are we going to next?
New Mungo.
New Mungo. Yeah.
Okay. So, stopping off at Eden, and then on to New Mungo. So we're seeing full passage through Family name Vortanis, stopping off in Eden. Okay. Good. Right. This should see you through at the other end. Make sure you don't lose this pass when you are in Eden, because you will be charged again if you do not have a ticket when presented at Newmonger. We know we try to keep it fair for you elves when you're going in and out of Eden to make sure you're not getting charged, but you know the rules. Just you've got to stick to the ticket as he rips it off and hands over. He goes, it's 2 gold each.
I will pay 4 gold.
Thank you, dear.
Not a problem.
Right, lovely. Good luck. I hope everything is well in Eden. Please carry on through. Do not mount the horse until you pass over the bridge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Of course, sir.
Nice. As you, again, get the same site everybody else did. You walk through, you can see the newly built huts out on the other side. Peril, can you give me a perception check, please?
Yep.
Actually, and Merrin as well, please. Visual.
11 for me.
16 for me.
16 for you. Nice. As you walk through, you make your way through the area. You can see the big building on the left, big one on the right. As you get close to the front door, someone comes out of the main building. These big double doors, and you get kind of a quick peek inside. You can see there's this like entry area before it goes down into a long corridor, and there's a few rooms off to the left and right. Person that comes out more startles as they walk into you, as they apologise, and then as they walk off, Peril, you see them as they apologise and carry on walking back. They are a talent in talent regalia, in armours and stuff. They just look, and then as they're walking away, just take another look back at you and carry on walking. You feel they stop to stare at you for a second, but don't ask any questions. As you do, just carry on walking forward and make your way through.
Walk inconspicuously, and then as soon as we get over the bridge, hike onto the horses and move.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Inconspicuously.
Inconspicuously. Nice. So yeah, you two, again, both just keep your head down to walk through. You're just trying to get through and get out of the camp as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Nice. You get through, show the pass to the border guard. He checks it. Again, bridge goes down. You guys jump on the bridge. Jump on the bridge, go over the bridge, mount up your horses, and can carry on into the border forest as you trot off and pass with the camp behind you. Those of you that had made your way through, once you are on the border forest path, you can slow down, stop, feed the horses. It'll be less obvious. Can first group hunters give me a perception check for your surroundings, just to check that where you're stopping, no one's going to see you, who's in front of you, who's behind you, like is anyone in the forest? Give me that general check so you feel safe enough.
Nat 20 for 23.
Nice.
12.
I got 18.
Cool. You stop just inside like the forest. So where this has been like deforested in like a big straight line, it's not like a perfect straight line, but they've taken out a lot of trees. So the route itself is probably 30 foot across, widest. Definitely wide enough for 2 carts to easily pass with laser track. It's mainly grass through. It hasn't really been used enough that it's turned into a really horribly trodden route. But they've done a good job of like ripping up all of the wood that was here and clearly like shearing it in a way where the pathway is more like a bridleway than it is a paved way. It is wood chip. All the woods, a lot of the wood that was cut here would have just been chipped up, and it's just a wood chip path that's about 30 foot across. That on wet would be horrible and boggy, but from where you are, it's quite nice. It means there's like little gaps you can stop off into, so you find a nice little gap, not too far. Have a look forward. You can't see anyone as far as your sight can see in the bright daylight that is in front of you, and obviously behind you, you know that hopefully only people coming through are your lot. You do see one person that passes through, a merchant caravan that is just 2 people on a small horse-drawn carriage that pass off in front of you, like quickly followed by Gimbar, who you would easily spot as you come round, and then a bit longer before the elves come through, as you can all join up. With a 20, you feel it's very safe. Below, you set the horses aside, you feed them, you look like you get it set up, and you're like, this would just be, we're just taking a pit stop, very normal. As the merchant caravan pass you by, They kind of just give you a nod. They carry on. They don't give you a second pass. There's nothing conspicuous about what you're doing here at the moment, and you don't feel like anybody is watching you from the forest or in front of you.
Fab.
But you all slowly batch up and catch each other.
Well, I think that went well.
What
All
did,
made it.
what did they say to you guys? Did they ask many questions, or
Just where you
Asked,
going and why you going.
Yeah, pretty much. Can't lose a slip, otherwise we'll have to ask the same questions on the other end.
what do your slips say? Ours is just that we're hunting deer.
But was I just say to Eden and then down to Nimonga after?
Yours says about family name, I think.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was traveling.
So travelling. Ours is deer, and Peril, what was yours?
Ours was visit my family at Eden and then moving on to Nimonga with my family name on it as well.
They asked for your name?
Yes, they asked for my family name.
They didn't ask for it. Did they ask for your name, Gimba? They didn't ask for our name.
No. Just that did not see many dwarves about.
Weird. Why would they have asked for that?
I will concede we. Peril was nervous, and I kind of gesture towards myself. I'm usually nervous. No.
I think we were all nervous, but I'm a bit worried about why they'd ask for your name if you're going to Eden.
Because they were asking if we're going to the Feywilds or the area.
And which
And they
did
said
you
something
say?
about...
Which did you say? To the Feywild or to the area?
To the area. And then they asked... Oh, crap. I've forgotten. That's me saying I've forgotten.
Yeah.
They just asked if you were going into Eden, and you said they just asked for who you were going to meet in Eden, where you're going to the Feywild or coming back, and then where you then coming back to Redvant or going on somewhere else. So your ticket is written up for passage, the same as the others, passage through to New Munga, but with a stop off at Eden, and the family name, the elf family name that you're going to meet in Eden, and then and that was it.
Yeah.
Didn't charge. So all of your markings, which would just been like, so even Gimbar's didn't say like he's going travelling. It would just be like, it's like one entry, Redvant to New Munga. You all would have had entry, Redvant to New Munga, and then the hunter's one would have been marked to say carcasses to be paid for on arrival at New Munga. So it's very clear that you don't turn up and be like, we paid for these beforehand. Oops. And they're like, no. If you're going to collect carcasses, you pay for them at New Munga. And then the elves would have just had that they would have had a stop off in Eden, and this is who they're going to see. And those tickets, so you're aware, those tickets, they're not just written for you. Those tickets that they've written are like the carbon copy ones. So it's a ticket for them to track their who's going through and what they're selling essentially per day, and then yours is your visible receipt to show and get your entry as you pass through. And if you lose
So
it, you pay
they
again.
have a copy back.
Yeah. They won't just write it on a piece of paper and then let you walk off. Like that's how they tally who's going through and what they're doing. So that's why they all would have been the same. It would have been like, how many entries to Redvant are we getting? How many people are we selling? Are taking animals out the forest, which we're trying to charge them for? How many elves are going to Eden?
So they will then know that a Vortanus has been in Redvant. I'm saying to Peril.
Yes. Yeah.
Are there many in your family? Are you from a big family? I imagine that we're starting to walk by this point, rather.
Yeah,
than
you
just
can all mount up
standing
and
on
stuff.
the
Right?
ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you give your actual name?
Yeah, I couldn't think of one on the spot, if I'm honest. I was like, Smith? No, I couldn't do Smith.
Do we realise it's a carbon copy thing?
We would have seen him
We do.
rip it off if
Yeah.
it's carbon, right?
So they'll have a tally of people that should be going to Eden but aren't.
So they'll
That's
have a
only if
record
they-
that Vortanus was in Redvant.
Yeah.
So if the name is known, they'll know that Vortanus was there.
Yeah, also, it's just a bit of knowledge. Like, why they are also tracking elven families that go to Eden,
Yeah.
which is different to
Would
just
they-
passing people through.
I mean, if they have, do you reckon they have a guard force at the entrance to Eden as well?
I mean, it's
Must be.
Fey port. Would we know that there's Fey portals to Eden from our history of when Eden moved to the Feywild?
Yeah, I think whether Zilna would have paid enough attention to recent mainland history, Koss probably wouldn't. But the rest of you would know that Eden, after what happened 10 years ago, Eden as an elven city took itself to the Feywild. It was like a mass magical movement, never been seen before. A whole city that was in the border forest disappeared and ended up in the Feywild. So what is left behind is a very small, a big clearing and a very small settlement where the elves, some of the elves that stay behind, the elves guard their portal to Eden.
Right.
And then the Talons started coming through. So it's
So
like
it's
the elves
interesting
already left. The elves left because of what happened with them being made puppets by the Deathbloom and everything else. They made a decision as part of that 10 years ago to take Eden to the Feywild to protect themselves. They then would have started patrolling their portal into the Feywild on the material plane. So they would own that bit. And then a few years later, the Talons appear and create the border forest, and the elves at Eden don't do much about it because they're all in the Feywild. But the rest of that, whether you have history on it, you'd have to roll. You'd know that much. If you want to know more, you'd have to roll for it.
It just seems this is to the group. It just seems a bit. It's interesting that the Talons are keeping tabs on who's going in and out of Eden if it's through Feywild portals, which are notoriously magic. But they're still having some level of control in that area.
Merrin, can you
Interesting.
give me a history roll with advantage, please?
It's not good. 15.
15. You remember it being a big palaver, a big thing that you're that was going round Rahid, and that your mum was interested in the outcome of that about probably about 8 years ago, that the Talons moving through the forest.
When I was 12,
Yeah, you would have heard like bits of stories, but yeah, you would pick up stuff. You remember
Yeah.
big events that happen, things blowing up and shit, or like lots of elves being attacked. That the Talons moving through the forest was a big deal, and that Eden was attacked as part of that. Eden on the material plane, because it caused a big kerfuffle about whether the Talons were moving through the forest and whether Rahid was safe. And it was in the end deemed that Rahid was far enough away and had enough defences that the Talons couldn't get close to them. But you remember there being a big kerfuffle about hearing about Eden being attacked about 8 years ago.
I share that with the group, and for those that would not know.
Wait, you're only 20.
He's a baby.
You are an
Literal,
actual babe.
you are an actual baby.
Yeah.
I'm Berber.
I haven't got a specific age for him, but it's like barely out
The
the womb.
equivalent.
Yeah. We do everybody ages through childhood roughly the same, and then you just have extended adult life rather than being like, I'm a baby for 100 years because I'm an elf.
That'd be
Well,
funny.
no,
that.
I'm a half elf, so
Yeah,
it's like
so
standard.
you would be quicker.
Standard plus 10.
Yeah.
While we're changing her, I roll to see if I can find any ingredients along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Be in nature.
Yeah.
I want to do the same, but I can't do the same if he's doing it because that just sounds like I'm copying him.
You can do
It's a
the same.
nat 20. You can do, because you see me doing it, you think to do the same.
That is a.
Oh, that
You got
roll's
what, a
best.
23 with your nat 20?
Yeah.
I got a 17, which gives me 27.
Yeah, but mine's a nat 1.
Okay. You both find stuff. Well done. We'll go through what you found after, because
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with.
Interesting things. Instead
I'd
of
rather deal with health
picking
history
plants.
than picking plants on the floor. Whilst we're just doing this lore drop, can I pick some dandelions? Go fucking wild. So yeah, you definitely find stuff, but we need to work through what it is you're looking for, because
Yeah.
unless you're picking up daisies, it's kind of useless. So we can work that out after. But yeah, I've written down those rolls, so we'll sort it out. Because you're both looking for different things for different purposes as well. So yeah, as you move through the forest, you can do that. But yeah, Merrin, if Merrin is sharing that information, then yeah, you would know that about 8 years ago, which would have been about the time the Talons were moving through, that you remember there being a big palaver about Eden being attacked.
Do you share that, Merrin, with us?
Yeah.
Interesting. So perhaps they've taken it by force, and maybe they recruited some of the elves, and they could be using the Feywild to their advantage.
I mean, there was an elf that captured us.
What was the name? Begin with a V. The one we killed, the cleric.
Yeah.
Baranthos.
Varanthos. I keep trying to say Voltanus because I'm thinking of peril. Varanthos, true.
And they did, when they asked us questions, they did mention about the elves. Didn't they, Peril?
What did they mention about
Yeah.
them?
That they have some sort of deal.
Interesting. So perhaps the elves were doing something for the Talons in return for some level of passage between here and Eden. And maybe you're right, maybe that's why Varanthos was working for them. The elves potentially corrupted.
Sweet. You can have many conversations because you have ahead of you quite the trek. So you this would likely take the caravan. They would be at walking pace because they've got guards and they've got everyone else. It's going to take them 6 days to pass through the forest. So it's 3 days-ish to get to Eden, or where Eden would be, the turn off for Eden, and then another 3 days on to Newmonger. You will be riding horses, so it's standard you'd knock a day off, so you would do it in 4 days rather than 6 days. You can choose to not rest and risk exhaustion, although if you get exhaustion for the horses, that will slow you down. If the horses don't rest, they can't just run through the night, and they can't make the decision to go through the night. So if you do, you'll be rolling exhaustion for the horses, and if that happens, then you can't rest at that. You can't rush at that speed. So it is up to you. This is the forest, so would not be considered safe. So you can only short rest unless you can find a way of making it safe. But you are in a wild zone, so this would not be considered safe for long rests. But ahead of you, you essentially have 2 days to Eden and then 2 days to Newmonger. So you've got 4 days of travel ahead. So you can think about what you might want to do. Obviously, on this day, you've still got some stuff that you might want to talk about because maybe, I don't know, one of you is an elf or something. But just so you're aware, that's how it's going to work. You've got 4 days travel ahead of you if there's stuff you want to work on whilst you're traveling, or search for whilst you're traveling, or how you want to divvy up your rests. You need to start thinking about that as well.
Can I just lore dump a little bit about Willow's backstory?
Yeah.
as we're going through? Because obviously it's elf related.
Yes.
Not that anyone else
If
cares,
you
but I
guys,
just want to be able to share it.
that's what I mean. If you guys want to share information that you have about what's going on here and what you've seen before, or the information you've got, or what you were doing with your bastion, this is the best time to do it. I'm just saying, you've got 4 days in which you can say this is going to happen, or we can say 2 days at least, and then we can take a pause and do some stuff when you get towards the Eden border. But yeah, you've got 2 days of travel, so it's up to you how you want to do it and how you want to take your rests and watches. But this is your time to, again, share bits. You've been together for nearly, you're into your nearly the end of your second week. So you are starting to know each other a little more and trying to unravel what you might know and piece together.
So Willow will share that her mother is an elf and her dad was human. Her mother was a druid, so also a magic user, but that they were traveling, but she and her father went one way and her mother went another, in an attempt to avoid the Talons as part of one of their hunts in my city.
Yes, you're originally from the Islet Kingdom.
I am from the Islet Kingdom. They went anti-hunting, anti-magic hunting in Glamorgana. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And that's where we got split up. And I haven't seen my mother since, but she is a Fey Touch druid. Wow,
Merrin
Willow,
does
so
not share
interesting.
anything about his family.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So how did you become a paladin?
That is a very, very good question.
Yeah, so is anything about your family, Merrin, but I'm not pushing you. Well, something troublesome. She's finding it difficult to speak about, but I can't bother to do that. Something troublesome happened on the journey. I was then taken in by the Brotherhood. As I say, I was separated from my family, so was taken in by the Brotherhood by a wonderful cleric named Eric. Eric the cleric. Did you even notice that? And the Brotherhood started to train me on my paladin path to try and channel some of my anguish and pain into fighting for what is right. And that's where I met Bran, and he became my best friend and tutor.
Oh no.
How long were you? If you don't mind me asking, how long have you been practicing following?
Well, I left Reagan about 8 years ago, so it's still relatively new to me, the way of the paladin.
And you've upheld your oath the entire time.
I have. I won't lie to you, Merrin. It's not always been easy with the things that I have faced, but it's important to me that I've always followed the god Morgana, and this really gives me a way to feel connected to her, but also do what is right, especially with what's going on in the world at the moment, and be able to help others retain their faith in a world that's quite scary.
Right, fair. That's. Thank you for sharing.
Fucking hell, you guys are good. Willow, you can have inspiration
Thank you.
on top of it for not making me want to pull my teeth out. Anybody else?
Seems no one else has any other questions. They all don't care.
We
which is fair.
roll to the end. If you guys want to know how to share stuff or don't try and piece stuff together, don't blame me when shit goes wrong. Da 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 da. You carry on your first day of travel then. If no one has anything else to say, then we will cut as you need to make your way through. Think about how you're going to short rest and move. But before we finish, we will cut back to what you don't see. You are happily travelling on through the border forest on the trail of this caravan that came before. You have a few days to make up, but now you have horses and you're on the path. You should be able to start closing that gap on the caravan of goods. Now that it is just a caravan of goods and has left behind any prisoners or loose change that it had with him, it is now just a caravan of guards and gold. Back at the Talon camp, the alarm would have been raised. Bodies were found at the riverside trading post in the early hours, and a relief force was sent out, and also a track put out in the city to find the boats that had passed through at any of that time. Unfortunately, easy enough to find was one of the boats that just landed, with a young Captain Duke who has landed and dropped off his gear, but was promptly arrested by the Talons. Unfortunately, he is just a sailor and under a zone of truth spell and a little bit of light torturing, would have given up the descriptions of yourselves as his other cargo and the people that caused the problem at the border patrol. And with that knowledge, the Talons will move to act as you steadily carry on down the border forest path, and we will pick up stoppages and movements and how quick you catch up and what might be going on in Eden and how the forest is going. Are there any Kadirs? Who even knows? Next time round.
Well, I've gone to 1 o'clock.
Jeez. No, I'm not going to 1 o'clock. What, with us all just sitting quietly, not so I can say anything? No, I'm all right, mate. I'll go to bed. GG's. We'll pick up next time.
I'm just disappeared, and we just sat in silence for 2 hours, not
We
realising.
can do a bit more. I'll kill if you want this. But we'll see you next week. Bye.
I thought it was best not to comment on Willow's backstory because every